Welcome back to the Stardew Valley Granny Challenge, the challenge where we attempt to achieve perfection while role playing as an incredible grandma who, for the life of her, quite literally cannot miss a single birthday or a loved gift or a help wanted quest or a special orders board or a Quee quest, which we haven't even got to yet. But when we get there, we'll manage it. And we can't take any damage. So just imagine how difficult the monster eradication goals are going to be. I don't really even have a proper strategy for how we're going to do that yet, but we'll deal with it when we get there. So yeah, welcome back. Uh, it's so I think over I guess at the end of last week we had a number of streams in a row, which was very fun. We've been getting deeper into financial fall. We've been making money. Um, and Yeah, very quickly, let's just double check our goals. Oh, and hey, Yuha, welcome in. I forgot to pop out the chat so I can see a little better here. But yeah, um, yeah, you're early, Yuha. But also we like to review some of the goals here, and maybe even a little bit of the lore. I can't remember the last time we went over the lore, but for those of you just joining the challenge, uh, we've come up with a lot. Granny was once a corporate worker for Joja, as is canon in the actual Stardew Valley intro sequence that you worked for Joja, you were burnt out, and then she inherited her grandfather's property, which is like, how does a grandma inherit her grandfather's property? Her great grandfather was gifted long life like one of the kings of Numenor or something. And actually, she is originally from the valley because her grandpa's there, and her parents are there still. But she was born there before a Junimo blood magic ritual went awry that greatly affected her parents, who are the wizard and the witch in the valley. And she was sent away to boarding school in Zuzu City. And it was a nice prep school. I mean, it was good. It got her into the Joja corporate sphere, you know. I guess it's almost like if there was like Joja Consulting. That's what she was. She worked for McJoja on these big government contracts and with large chemical and oil companies and you know tobacco companies used her. She was really great with alcohol companies. No, just helping all these companies to exploit their niche. But yeah, anyways, she's haunted by regret by the work that she did at Joja. She doesn't feel like she made a positive impact on the world. And now she's going to go back to her childhood home, a rundown farm left to her by her grandfather. And the Junimo's bargain is that her grandfather lived far beyond the normal lifespan, as we said earlier. His secret was not being a Numenorian king. That's Lord of the Rings. The whole Tolkien legendarium definitely has an influence, but it is a separate world, just for the record. It certainly influences the spirit of this challenge. But yeah, his secret is that the Junimos gave him this extended life, and also his connection to Yoba. He was the high priest of the Yoba religion, or he was certainly in that role before his untimely death caused by evil Marne. Anyway, so the catch here for Granny is that every time she fails her mission, Junimos rewind time like Groundhog Day, and she is reborn, reincarnated. But through this process, her soul grows wearier, right? Her soul grows thinner. So we have to be careful about how often we reboot the system. We're on attempt number 5 at this point. But yeah, she has to succeed or relive eternity. She's not the first one to do this. We've already established Mr. Quee. That's why Mr. Quee is kind of like the puppet master of Stardew, is that thousands of years ago, he was given this task by the Junimos, and he passed it. And it also explains like why he has all these little quotes about how Granny is going to become him, right? That if you, like, whatever. I have a slide on that. I don't know if we'll go through all the slides, but the lore is here. Granny, she lost her childhood. These are her parents, the wizard and the witch. They once lived in the farmhouse, trying to raise her in peace, but they tapped into the Junimo's power. The witch took more of the magic than the wizard, knowing the risks. See, this is a common misconception. People think that the wizard is like the most powerful, whatever, magical human creature, humanoid, I guess, in the valley. Not true. He is but a shadow in the presence of his wife, who and they are still in love, but they have to be separate because their power is kind of like, it's too powerful. And it's like magnets that just can't be close together, even if their hearts want to be close together. So for Granny as well, she's trying to resolve this because she wants to reunite her parents. Like, it's like the Parent Trap. I literally I watched the Parent Trap on the flight from the US to Finland, and it was such a good movie, such a blast from the past. I forgot all about that movie, and you guys should rewatch it. It's really cute and funny and sweet. Maybe also kind of weird in some ways, but look, don't think too much about it. Just enjoy it. Anyway, so, and that's also, her mom was kind of self-sacrificing in a way. The mom was wiser. And also the lineage of the grandfather, this is her maternal grandfather. So her actual dad was an up-jumped, upstarted, he married into the family. He wasn't born in the royalty, so to speak. And so he is a great wizard, but the magic runs in the family more purely. So they sent Granny away. Her name wasn't Granny. It was originally Fern. And her name has been lost, though, due to the constant reincarnation. And that's, they took up separate residences and they left the farmhouse. This is also why the farmhouse is so run down. Grandpa didn't actually live in the farmhouse. It was just in the family estate. And actually, we haven't fully established where Grandpa lived in the valley. We know at least he spent most of his time at the chapel in Pierre's shop, or whatever, the general shop. And but yeah, we haven't fully established where Grandpa lived. Regardless, that is because if you think about it, why would Grandpa live in this rundown shack? That doesn't make any sense. Or I guess he left it to you, but you take forever to actually pull out the inheritance and go and claim it. Well, whatever. Granny's lore is that this was her childhood home, and now her parents are separated, and the witch lives in isolation to shield the valley from her dangerous magic. This is also why she's so unknown and kind of elusive. She's too dangerous, whereas the wizard can still live in proximity of humans, and not like give off the magical radiation. And this is my favorite aspect of the lore, personally, is that we established that this guy, who in the game is the witch's henchman, this goblin creature, is actually Granny's former husband. Well, no, technically still current husband. They never got divorced. He fell terminally ill in the city, and they could not get a doctor to cure him. And so, desperate, they returned to the valley, and this brought her parents together briefly to attempt a magic ritual to save him. And it did save him, but at a terrible cost. He was transformed into a goblin-like creature, losing all memory of Granny. And they didn't really know what the negative consequences would be, but that's just how magic is. That's how it is when you're working with fairies and dangerous powers. There's always a cost. The cost is always higher than whatever the benefit, I suppose, when it comes to magic. But Granny was also like okay with it in the end, because she would rather have her husband as a goblin than for him to be dead. And there's still some hope in her, right? Granny there's a very small chance this could actually work out, but in Granny's heart, she really wants to save her husband. This also adds depth to Granny's crush on Willie. As we've established, she is like very lustful for Willie. Willie is like everything she remembers of her husband, but even more rugged and cool. Willie has this coolness factor that Granny is just like a little teenage girl in his presence. So she's not emotionally cheating on her husband. And truth be told, her husband, before going into the magical surgery, I guess, the ceremony, he had already reconciled and told her that if it didn't work out, she should go find someone else to love and be loved. He was very, he was a very good husband. He loved her and wanted the best for her. So yeah, but the result is that now he is this goblin and he lives in the care of his mother-in-law, the witch, which I think is a nice little touch. So Granny has the secret hope of saving him one day. And again, the chapel. This is one of those parts of Stardew Valley that I feel has not been fully explored. Why is there this beautiful, elaborate chapel with golden pillars and like a tabernacle? What are we supposed to do with this? Well, in our lore, grandfather was high priest. It's not, and this is also why it's mostly abandoned. Some of the villagers will go in there to like give some silent prayers, but there are no active ceremonies being held. You can't even get married in the chapel. So that the reason being that there's no resident priest. And this is also working to the favor of evil Marne, because the more that people worship and pray to the true god Yoba, kind of like Iluvatar, the weaker evil Marne is in the valley. So the spiritual heart of Pelican Town has gone silent. Is Granny meant to revive more than just the farm? Hey, 27, welcome in. It is a complicated story, but it's very important. It's very important lore because, I mean, this sets the tone for everything and gives purpose and vision to all of our actions in the quest for redemption. Kui is thousands of years old, and he, as I said earlier, walked a path like Granny's. He too was chosen by the Junimos for a purpose beyond mortal understanding. And that's also kind of the backdrop here. There's really no clear reason from our human perspective why someone needs to go through this Groundhog Day experience in giving loved gifts and like what does this do? But in the like four-dimensional view that the Junimos have, to them, time is but like a space that they occupy. It's not like linear the way it is for us. That this is just part of what needs to be to balance out the cosmic powers. All right. And he completed all of the Junimo trials and achieved perfection. That's why he looks like such a badass. And he became something more than a human, but not a god. He just has these like special powers in Stardew. He lives apart from the world, watching and offering tests to those who follow. And so he's watching Granny right now. And at a critical moment, he is going to step in and start offering her Kui quests to aid her on the quest to perfection. And ultimately, he wants her to achieve this quest and be liberated in a way, and to no longer be subject to the reincarnation tribulations. And so, though independent, he remains forever tied to the Junimo's designs, and he is a mirror of what she might become. Now we get into the cork board with red string section of the lore. Marne, the master of deception. Marne is not who she seems. Long ago, a Junimo grew dissatisfied with its place in the forest, much like Melkor among the Ainur in the Ainu Lindale, if you remember the first book of the Silmarillion. This Junimo desired a human form and seized the body of a woman named Marnie, right? The Junimo envied for the gifts that the Junimos did not receive from Yoba. The mortal coil and its pleasures. And so, in seizing that body of Marnie, the real Marnie, her soul was bound into a cow, forever grazing on her own farm. So one of the two cows is Marnie, and we know with a high degree of confidence that the other cow also contains a soul, probably related to Marnie. Maybe her like husband that hasn't been revealed in the canon lore from Stardew, but I don't know. We haven't fixed it in our lore yet who the other cow is, because there's two cows on Marnie's farm. And the false Marnie lives as a master of disguise, deception, and she's very charming and dangerous. And the real danger is that she has already seduced Mayor Lewis. And this is in the game, by the way. I mean, like Mayor Lewis and Marnie have a thing in the game. But this is the backstory to why it actually exists. The evil Marnie has seduced him both physically and also financially, because the evil Marnie also basically commands all of the evil creatures in the mines and has access to the infinite resources and wealth from the mines. And so that's how the golden statue comes into Mayor Lewis's possession. Because even with all the tax revenue from like how many, like 24 residents of a town, you wouldn't be able to build a solid gold statue out of, off the backs of 24 people, 6 of whom actually have jobs, like, so yeah, that's also why Mayor Lewis is very tempted, because in the lore of the actual game, Lewis did grow up quite wealthy. It's in his dialogue that he had like a silver spoon, or like he had silk pants. So he was a fancy pants growing up. And it's also these, I mean, this is from the game as well, right? This is what Marnie actually looked like. And you should note there are many animals on the farm, one of which is a white cow, not a brown cow. What happened to all these other animals? Well, allow me to tell you. Marnie, another way that she generates massive amounts of income and just massive amounts of personal pleasure, because evil Marnie takes pleasure in the suffering of other creatures. The basement of Marnie's farmhouse hides a breeding dungeon, a multi-layer, hundreds of levels of a dungeon containing all the animals that you can purchase from the farm. Because when you purchase the animal, it shows up immediately on your farm. Where did it come from? It wasn't visible on top of the farm. They're clearly in these inhospitable, inhumane breeding operation. So every chick, duck, and rabbit, pig, goat, and sheep you buy comes from her hidden lair. You can even see the sign on the front here. It's just an evil cow face. It's like black and red. It's got like bright red eyes. I mean, come on. None of these animals exist visibly on her farm, so that's the proof of unethical breeding practices going on below. Her shop hours are bizarre. That's also in the game. Why? Because she's running her underground operation. She's down here using the monsters from the mines to control, torture, and maximize breeding potential for these poor animals. And the cows in her yard are sort of her cover story. Oh yeah, look how happy they are. But that's actually Marnie who's trapped there. Also, I should mention that the cows themselves have souls. Let us not forget. So when Marnie was cast into the cow, the cow's actual soul had to go somewhere. And we're not 100% sure, but it's probably like a Hodor situation from Game of Thrones, where like the cow's soul was like pushed down and sort of lives timidly and in fear and very sadly would like to have its body back. But we have to get rid of evil Marne in order to do that. So she may be the most dangerous force in the valley, even beyond Jojo Corporation. And this is kind of what this is our symbol for evil Marne, the Junimo on the black and white Marne face. So yeah, the Marne, the source of all evil, the fallen Junimo Marne is not just a corrupt farmer. She is the true architect of evil in Stardew Valley. She enslaves the monsters in her hidden dungeon, forcing them to run her illegal animal trafficking operation. Now, it's possible that there was another evil spirit, kind of like a Melkor, uh, who corrupted creatures to become like these like skeleton void spirit things that you find in the mines. But regardless of their origin, whether or not evil Marne was involved in their breeding, perhaps like the Uruk-hai of Saruman, she very easily capitalizes on manipulating them to her will the way Sauron did with the orcs. Sauron did not create the orcs, but where Melkor was good at corrupting creatures from their original true good source, Sauron was really good at using his will, bending creatures to his will, and using those corrupted creatures in that way. And that's kind of what evil Marne is doing at this point. She has them enslaved. She's enslaved the monsters as well in her dungeon, and they help run the illegal animal trafficking operation. Now, these are the corrupted creatures of the mines are twisted spirits that once served in the forest, right? So they were good creatures at one point in the way that orcs likely came from like good elves that were corrupted and inbred and all sorts of terrible stuff. And this is part of the backstory. Grandpa began to uncover the truth. As we said earlier, his presence in the chapel was bringing the light of Yoba to town. And through that, Grandpa was receiving visions and revelations. And yeah, he revived the cult of Yoba and reached deeper into Junimo power that threatened evil Marne, because evil Marne is a Junimo. The actual Junimo is called Lunimo, the evil one. And fearing that Grandpa would undo her empire of cruelty and malice, Marne orchestrated his death. And the last, I said I wasn't going to do all the lore slides, but we did. I get carried away. I can't help it. All right. The mystery unfolds. As Granny works towards perfection, she must also reconnect with her family, uncover the Junimo's true intent, decide whether this cycle is her curse, her penance, or her purpose, and face the ultimate question: what does it mean to be perfect when your soul is in pieces? But right now, she's more concerned with making money on the farm. Those are future questions, all right? We haven't even unlocked the witch's swamp. I don't know if we even have a single heart with the wizard, who is our dad, which is so appropriate that we've been getting all these friendship points with everyone in the village except for the wizard, our sort of estranged father, the absent father figure. He wasn't necessarily like a bad father or like a bad guy, but just due to the circumstance, he was absent and it's a bit awkward. So she feels a bit uncomfortable, but his birthday is coming up in winter and we are going to like quadruple bomb him for that week. By the way, let's look at it. Yeah, this winter sequence is going to be one of the most glorious friendship bombing, love bombing experiences. We're going to double gift him. So we'll give 2 gifts on Monday and Tuesday. And then on this day, we'll hit the triple and the quadruple gift, which was introduced in 1.6. If you can only give 2 gifts per week unless their birthday's on Wednesday or later, in which you can still give them their birthday gift. So you can do 3 loved gifts in a week, plus the bonus gift that isn't maybe technically considered a gift, but it's the Star Drop Tea. And that Star Drop Tea is just like cocaine for friendship points. All right. So I don't know how many friendship points we're going to get in 1 week, but I imagine we'll be able to get full 10 hearts in 3 days with the wizard, which I think would be kind of cute that Granny, even though he was absent, she really just wants to reconnect with him. And she doesn't really hold anything against him because she remembers as a young girl the circumstances of her departure and the impossible situation that her parents were in, that they had to send her away to boarding school for her own protection. And she doesn't hold it against them that she ended up living a life of Joja corporate consulting, sadness and unfulfillment. So she's on the right path now. That's the important thing. Granny is working towards her goals. And yes, welcome in everybody who came during the lore section of the stream. 27 and Mechanic, good to see you both here. Yeah, one of these days there will be so much lore it'll take the whole stream to cover. And Yuha, you think it's lore-tastic. More, please. One of the most valid criticisms of Lord of the Rings, according to Tolkien, was that they were too short. And don't make the same mistake. All right. Yeah, the books were too short. And I can sort of agree with that, actually. I'm listening to the audiobook. As you know, Yuha, I told you on Tuesday. I'm in the middle of the Two Towers. And today I was thinking on my run that there was too much summary. Like, there's that saying of show, don't tell. And there's a lot of the text, especially with Frodo and Sam, where the showing isn't that interesting. It's like them climbing down a cliff. And it's not bad. It's not bad storytelling, but like, especially when you come off the heels of like Gandalf writing Shadowfax with Pippin to Minas Tirith and all the drama of the Palantir and Pippin looking into it and the Ents, everything and was so good in book 3, the first book of Two Towers, that then you get to book 4, the second half of Two Towers, and it's just like, everything is kind of slow, and then he's just kind of describing the landscape, right? The telling part of just saying, then they went here and they went there and they, and I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I feel like this just needs to be fleshed out. Either it needs to be cut down a little bit, or fleshed out in more dramatic ways. Although I guess there is a lot of drama, obviously, with Golem, and his character is so central to the story. But okay, I'm not going to do it. Tolkien. I save Tolkien rants for when I'm trying to procrastinate learning Finnish on Tuesdays, so you can join the stream for that. Just try to prompt me with a Tolkien related question and I will go off and ramble about it for 45 minutes. But yes, all cows have souls. Thank you. Yeah. You like rehashing the lore. But in Mechanic, you like that about Lord of the Rings. The slow parts give the story breathing room. True. And I think it works quite well, at least in the movie, because you aren't you're able to alternate between different aspects of the story, so it doesn't feel like you're stuck with Frodo and Sam walking through the mire, and dealing with Gollum, kind of like, and what, do we trust him or not, or what do it's easier when that's taken in a more bite-sized bites, whatever. But yes, okay. Where were we? For fall. I'm already tired. I think we need to end the stream. I gotta play Stardew now. No, I love Stardew. Just gives me so much joy. And every time I do one of these streams, even if I start the stream feeling kind of tired and being like, I don't really want to stream, I don't want to go through the effort of setting it up and doing it. Whenever I finish one of these streams, I feel so happy and I'm like, oh my God, that was so much fun. Like, this is the best. I'm so glad we are literally role playing as a grandma in a video game. It is one of my chief achievements as a 37-year-old man. Okay. And I've even been bragging about it to some of my family and friends when they're like, oh, what do you do in Finland? And I'm like, oh, I do this and this and this. I also do a live stream where I role play as a grandma. And they're like, what? My friends and family might be concerned about me. Okay. But, this is good for my mental health, all right? This is a good proven strategy for coping. So, what are our goals? All right. Yeah, we're prepping our gifts, we're stockpiling fish and crops. We need to complete the vault bundles. Now, we had a very difficult moment on the last stream or the previous one before that, where we basically realized due to the gifts we need for the bundles, we cannot unlock the greenhouse until George's birthday, which means we're not even going to have it until the 25th. I think. Yeah. The 24th is when what is it? The sweet gemberry. We need a sweet gemberry. I thought that we would have ancient fruit, but we ended up the lightning destroyed it in summer without me even noticing. So we don't have any ancient fruit. We need a sweet gemberry for one of the bundles for the greenhouse. So we got to wait until the 24th when that comes to harvest. And that kind of ruined our plans because I was so excited about getting the greenhouse set up on Sandy's birthday. At the end of the day, not a huge loss. It just means that we're going to have one less harvest of star fruit in the greenhouse. And I mean, that's a lot of money. But the idea here being we want to make as much money in the second half of year one, so that on winter 28 of year one, we'll be able to go to Clint and Robin and just stock up on all the wood, stone, ore, and coal that we need for all of the kegs and quality sprinklers and other, all the stuff basically we're going to be crafting that will set up our farm on Ginger Island. Of course, it's not a big deal if we harvest it ourselves. Like if we go to the mines and just grind out a few days in the mines collecting stuff, but it saves us a lot of time and obviously a lot of money if we can get those prices, especially for wood, because wood and stone go up by a factor of 5. It's 5 times more expensive in year 2 to buy wood and stone. And the ores go up almost like by a factor of 2. It depends on the ores, maybe 2 or 3. Anyways, where were we? I know we were in the middle. I think we're at the beginning of this week in fall. We have, was it Jody's birthday coming up? Also, I'm realizing we are forgetting to check off the days. So let's add this little element here. So yeah, we've got Penny and we got Elliot. Yeah, we did both of their birthdays. We got Jody coming up. We'll take care of her. What else do we have? Yeah, we need to get, so regardless of the situation with the greenhouse being delayed, I still want to get the bus unlocked. So complete those vault bundles so that we get access to Sandy and we can go give her a gift on her birthday. We're probably going to give her a gold sweet pea, or a daffodil. I think we have more gold sweet peas than gold daffodils. Yeah, the greenhouse we'll do at the end of fall. Other things, actually, so I was going back and forth on the barn and coop situation because originally we started building a coop. But then I realized I wanted to get the Walton greenhouse going. And the other situation, the other calculation, I should say, is that in order to plant hold on, let's do the math real quick. Let me do the math. There's 108 spots in, if you use quality sprinklers in the greenhouse. And we need for each spot a deluxe speed grow. That's 80 gold plus a starfruit seed. That's 400 gold. So that's 480 gold per spot times 108 spots. That's 51,840 gold, or dollars if we want to go with the word that I believe was coined by Argon Matrix, on YouTube. You should check out the YouTube channel by Argon Matrix. He does incredible Stardew Valley challenges. And he also has a lot of good lore during his challenges. And I love that he says dollars for the currency in Stardew Valley. Um, we need that money by the end of fall. But that frees up some more money for us now. We could spend it on some renovations and upgrades. And also, I think getting these upgrades sooner rather than later could be good, just to have those items in circulation and in our storehouse of potential gifts. Um, so yeah. Uh, and oh yeah, I hadn't fully decided on some of these things. Obviously, the mayo machines and cheese presses we don't need to worry about yet until we get the animals going. The preserves jars and the tappers. We have plenty of tappers. I've crafted probably more than 20, but we might do some more. I've got a nice oak resin farm, a plantation or orchard or whatever going, and the preserves jars. Um, Now, the logic here would be that we use our kegs for the highest value crop, such as starfruit. Our starfruit is a little delayed, so we will have our preserves jar, our kegs available for pumpkins. The thing is, a pumpkin is a vegetable, so it doesn't get the same boost that a fruit like a melon would get in a keg. Um, and also, the other issue is that we want to maximize the money that we have at the end of the year to spend. So it could make sense to use preserves jars on our pumpkins just so that we're getting more money more quickly that we can either reinvest or just have at the end. If you think about how many pumpkins we planted, we're going to have hundreds of pumpkins. And it might just take that long, several weeks of jarring to go through all the pumpkins, in addition to the melons and the starfruit that we're putting through the kegs. Right now, I think we've got hops. We're making pale ale in the kegs because that's actually more profitable um, uh, than putting melons in. So yeah, okay, that I'm just giving you guys the logic, and I'm also just reminding myself of the logic so I don't make any big mistakes. Yeah, so we're gonna get, yeah, the Starfruit Deluxe Speed Grow is like $51,000. Oh yeah, we already did this actually. This is really good. Reach floor 80 in the mines. We can cross that off. So we can start farming for gold. I think that's actually a really good idea. Um, I mean, we don't need that much gold, but just enough that we can get the deluxe sprinklers going. Also, we achieved this, the level 10 farming and artisan profession. We achieved that, so we get our plus 40% on artisan goods, and so now we're really going to be making money. Um, oh, we haven't done this. We need to catch the walleye and the eel. We haven't had a rain day yet in fall, but when we do have a rain day, we got to go fishing. 12 to 2 a.m. for the walleye, so an afternoon fish, afternoon, evening, and the eel is also an evening fish, but they're in different waters. The walleye is like a river fish, I think, and the eel is the ocean. And then over in the ocean, we got to catch these other things, the albacore, sea cucumber, and super cucumber. And those I think are on any day. We don't need special weather for those. Um, we are also very close to getting our museum donations. I think we need only two more donations. I'm pretty sure I counted, or I've been trying to keep track. We need two more donations. I feel pretty confident we can get that. Especially if we're fishing, we might get some artifacts. And also going in the mines, we tend to get enough geodes that we'll get the minerals to donate. Reorganize farm chests and buildings. At some point, we might look more at that, maybe at the end of fall. Oh yeah, the keg thing is already on here, but what? Yeah, that I don't want to delete it because actually we can delete it. because this is fixed. This doesn't move with these bullets, and this is supposed to correspond to this bullet. It's fine. We need to unlock the mine carts. How do I do that? That is using, actually, we'll be able to do that very quickly. We could maybe do that this stream because that is the boiler room, I believe. And now that we're at floor 80, we have access to the void spirits and the bone fragments. So we can complete the whatever we needed for that. Oh yeah, build a stable. I like that idea. Granny needs a horse companion, like Aragorn. Or what was Aragorn's horse in Lord of the Rings? Like in Rohan, was it like Hasufel or something like that? I know the horse that Celeborn has. No, not Celeborn. Glorfindel. Glorfindel is like the most badass elf who unfortunately did not make it into the movies. Like he's like a god among elves. He literally died. He's one of the few elves that actually died fighting a Balrog in the First Age and was sent back. Like he's one of the few that was sent back from the halls of Mandos or whatever to Middle Earth. Um, and he's also the one that brings the horse, not Arwen. He's the one that comes looking for Aragorn when Aragorn has the four hobbits and Frodo's been stabbed. And he doesn't ride the horse with Frodo, by the way, in the book. In the book, I mean, it's a great scene, and I don't begrudge the decision to give Arwen this moment because she is such a badass as well. If you want him, come and claim him. But no, actually, in the book, it's Frodo being a badass. Frodo is put on the horse, Asphaleth, and Frodo stands up against the nine riders when he reaches the river. It's yeah, it's all, you guys got to read the books. It's amazing. I love it. Noralim Asphaleth. Pretty sure it was Rainbow Dash. Yeah, Tolkien had all these great like Elvish and cool old English names, and then there's one horse called Rainbow Dash. It's like a unicorn with rainbow colors that the elves have dyed or something. They dyed the hair of the horse. Anyway, I don't know. I'm getting carried away. All right, and the prismatic jelly special order, if it comes up, we will go for it because it gives us a useful item called Monster Musk. Though honestly, I might be afraid to use it because Granny can't take any damage. But it could be useful actually just to get a lot of enemies on one floor and to be able to kill them all quickly rather than having to keep going in and out. I don't know. It probably doesn't help as much as I think. A normal playthrough, it really benefits and takes speeding up the amount of time it takes to get all the monster eradication goals completed. But if we see it, we'll complete it. So yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got to take a quick break to like just blow my nose because I'm still recovering from a cold. But I'll be right back. But let's be honest, Shadowfax is the most badass of all horses. Though I do like the fact that Asphaloth, doesn't really know what to do until Glorfindel speaks Elvish to him, and then he just freaking goes. Like and it's like the Nine Riders. Good luck keeping up with Asphaloth. Um, he's got the power of God and anime on his side, so I think that's Tolkien probably wrote that somewhere in the appendix. Don't fact check me on that. Let's hop into Stardew. Granny, day 9 of fall, year 1. 14,000 gold in the pocket. It takes so long to load because the Junimo magic is deep. So it's Tuesday, and we're waiting for Jody's birthday. All right, let's see what damage we can do. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow, still no rain. Perturbed spirits today. Not that great. Oh god, evil Marne has shown up. What do you want? Spirit of darkness. Good morning, Miss Granite. And she loves pretending to be such a nice neighbor. I came by to ask you a favor since you're such a kind neighbor. You see, I'm trying to train my goats to say hello, but they simply won't pay attention to me unless I have their favorite treat, cave carrots. So, since I'm scared of the mines, I thought, well, maybe you would bring me a cave carrot when you have the chance? There's no pressure, but if you want to, just swing by my house between 9 and 5 with a cave carrot. You'll make an old girl very happy. Goodbye. Marne? I mean, there is truth in the devil's lies. She is an old girl. She's ancient. I mean, Junimos are immortal, right? Their reckoning of time defies, the natural flow of time in a linear sense. So, yeah, she's an old girl. And also, she wants us to go to the mines, where she is master and commander, the Dark Lord. She has full control. She doesn't need our help. She's sending us there to try and, what is the word for this? Kind of like cut us out at the knees, right? She wants Granny to take damage, so she has to restart the challenge or restart the day. And also the cave carrots. I mean, it's like she knows that we know, but we just can't prove yet that there is an illegal breeding operation going on in her dungeons that we don't have access to. Also, and I literally just four-dimensional chess realized this right now, in the game, if you bring the Mayor Shorts into like his back room, and this was added in 1.6, you can use the staircase and get access to a secret room in the mayor's house. Look, I was thinking of something brilliant, and now it eluded me what I had all of these pins in my head with red strings, but now I don't really know where I was going with it. But she wants us to go get a cave carrot to feed her poor animals, even though she could get it. She's just taunting us. Oh, actually, I remember the point now of why you find the purple shorts in her house. The purple shorts are connected to the staircase. Because if you remember in an earlier version of Stardew, if you took the purple shorts and you put them in the pants here, they would turn into a staircase. It was a weird bug in the game, and you could get a free staircase doing this. And that staircase ostensibly would lead down into the illegal dungeon that Marne has. And so in universe now, she has built an equal but opposite dungeon beneath Mayor Lewis's home, because she has power over Mayor Lewis through the magic of his purple shorts. And look, the lore, it deepens. No pun intended. Okay. Let's get our stuff. Actually, you know what? I think we move this, because we're just putting mushrooms in there. I think the chanterelles are worth more. Is chanterelle like a loved gift? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. Like that and that. We got roe. We also have some seeds. Oh, we also need to check Robin's project. Yes, we need to gather all the hardwood for this. So that's a big thing we need to do pretty soon. Yeah, maybe you already have a carrot and don't need to go. That is a good point. I know for sure I do have these carrots because we had checked earlier. So we could go give that to her. Actually, it's a good idea to get done now. And let's just also double check our Willie. There's something just so poetic and resonant that the first villager we got to 10 hearts was Willie. I like that. I like that for us. Um, we do have level 10 artisans, so we can sell all of our artisan goods now and really make bank. So let's go ahead and do that before I forget. Um, oh my God, we have 27 melon wine. This alone is $28,350. Another $10,920 off the pale ale. There were more. We've got the pickled fiddlehead fern. We also have this aged crimson fish roe, 8,000. And is that it? I think that. Oh, also we've got extra crimson fish roe. Yeah. Oh yeah, the angler. Actually, hold on. Let's see here. So the angler roe alone. Yeah. In this order, the angler isn't worth that much. 480 gold. Crimson fish, 780. And the legend, $2,530. Crazy. That's something I never knew. Like, and I never would have expected that the legend would be so valuable, especially when it's a spring fish. That it's not just a little bit more valuable. It's like what 3 to 4 times more valuable than the next most valuable legendary fish. But we'll see. Actually, in winter we'll catch whatever the glacier fish. Is that what it is? We'll see how much its roe is worth. Okay, Marne. Oh, evil Marnie. Oh, when I'm not taking care of animals, this is, it's a euphemism for torturing the poor creatures. I like to experiment in the kitchen. Since we've become friends, I want to share some recipes with you. I hope you like this. And it totally makes sense that she would give us a recipe that just is evil. Like, who would want to eat or drink pale broth? That is gross. This is like what you would feed a void spirit, right? That's why she's sending it to us. Linus gives us the sashimi recipe. What else do we got? Oh, the auto grabber. Huh. Now here's a good question. I didn't think about this. So we are not allowed to do bundles with Joja. However, that doesn't mean we can't buy stuff from Joja. And I kind of in my head assumed that if we were going to do the community center, then we wouldn't have access to buying these auto grabbers. Oh my God, Marnie. Oh, I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused. So of course we can buy whatever we want from Evil Marnie. Um, but Joja, I'm not thinking about auto grabbers. I'm thinking about the auto petter, which is worth even more. I think it's 50,000 for an auto petter. But if we don't buy them from Joja, then it will be very difficult for us to get them in Skull Cavern. In fact, what is the criteria for unlocking the auto petter at Joja? Is it available just from the very beginning? Because I might like to purchase a couple of those before we complete the community center, just so that we have them. and I don't know. I have mixed feelings because obviously Granny is such a loving person, right? In terms of lore, she wouldn't be the type of person to, what's the word for this? Offshore, not offshore, but to outsource. To outsource the physical and emotional labor of petting animals. But you could argue if the animals like it, if the animals like being petted by an auto petter, and it, of course it's like buying video games for kids or whatever. Like, yeah, that's not the only way that you show love, but if they appreciate it, then you get it for them. You get them gifts and whatever, right? Jojo deserves nothing, to be honest. Wiki time. Oh, and hey, welcome in, Sound. TKB Senpai. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining along with the challenge. That's, yeah, Granny already sold her, not sold, but essentially, lived her life for Joja. And now she is trying to redeem herself. In some ways, it feels like it would be against the spirit of the challenge to sell out and get those auto petters. It also might be actually, let's take a look at that because I am genuinely curious. Let's come over here. Oh gosh, you have to spell it perfectly or the autocomplete doesn't work. So it's 50,000 here. Yeah, we can't get it's a non-issue. So I was right actually with my intuition. It can be purchased after completing the Joja Community Development form, which we are not completing. Um, and it can also be found in Skull Cavern treasure chest, 3.6% chance. Also, the golden mystery boxes will make it even more like, I mean, it's only a 0.5% chance, but we might get a lot of those golden mystery boxes in the later part of the challenge. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know at least. Sound, you saw the VODs, you're updated on the lore. Good. Good. Yeah, the lore is so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna sell all of this. Oh, we do need to save a pale ale for Pam, right? Oh, we already gave it to her. We'll bring a cave carrot to Marnie. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I need to gather lots of hardwood today. Oh, we have even more mail. The Stardew Valley Fair. Oh yeah, we totally got screwed. Evil Marnie inceptioned us. Jedi mind tricked us into picking up the purple shorts and then visiting Pierre. Like we needed to talk to Pierre on that day. I keep saying Pierre. I mean to say Louis. I get their names confused all the time. Louis, the mayor, and we just so happened to have the shorts in our inventory, and I forgot that there are some quests that auto complete if you have the item in your inventory. You don't have to physically give it to them, like hold it above your head. So we lost the purple shorts. We no longer have the purple shorts. I'm very devastated by that, but we'll see. We'll still do a good what is it, Grange display, I think is the phrase for that. Okay, there we go. Oh, also that means, do we have more hops? I do want to save a few hops. Oh, did we use all the hops? We've used all the hops. I'm debating whether we put the melons in now or later. I like to have everything on a schedule. And if I remember correctly, if it's Tuesday, that means we must have put the hops in 2 days ago on Sunday. And which would have been, I think, the same time we put the melons in. If we put the melons, so at Sundays it would be our kegging day. Let's just see how many kegs we have available. That's a lot of kegs. arguably, maybe it doesn't matter because it probably doesn't matter, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And maybe we just have 2 kegging days. You never know. We might need the money a few days early. And so if, you know, ideally we would have another 2 rounds of hops to put through all these kegs, but we don't have that many hops. So look, our kegs are not going to be perfectly in sync. We're going to have multiple sets, but maybe there's an advantage to that in having whatever. So the first thing I want to do here is sell all of this junk that I don't need, right? The aged crimson fish roe. Do I need to save pickles? Should I keep some pickles in my inventory just in case? Like, I'll keep 1. I'm going to keep 2 pickles. I'll keep 3 pickles because I also know it's like a loved gift maybe for... Is it the doctor, Harvey? And I'll also keep a few pale ales. I know like that could be a loved gift for Pam. And actually, now that I think about it, should we keep wine just in case it gets asked? Because imagine I get a quest that asks me for wine. I don't think you get those help wanted quests, but like, if I did, I would want to have some wine available. So it's okay. I don't need all the money. I'd rather be on the safe side. And I'll go ahead and put it all in here, even though some of it might not be loved by anyone. Like, I don't know if the wine is loved by anybody, but it's safe. It's safer in this chest because this is like the loved gift chest. I'd rather keep it here because if I put it over here, I'm going to accidentally auto stack it and then sell it. But yeah. We here at Jojo Corp are dedicated to community development. Join us, thrive. Yeah, the kind of community that Sauron has in Mordor. The most industrious community, right? The most orc-focused, orc-centric. Yeah, maybe... Oh yeah, good point, actually, Sound. Keep some of the artisan stuff for the fair, so that I can put it in the Grange display. You're such a hoarder, and you're all here for it, Mechanic. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do hoard a little bit. I indulge my hoarding tendency in this game. I'm not really a hoarder in real life. Thankfully. But yeah, I do indulge a little bit. So what I wish I had brought... You know, I'm going to put these seeds away. Yeah, I'll put that away. I'll put this away. And, you know what? Even this ore, I'm just going to put here for now. The melons. Whatever. We don't need to carry everything with us everywhere. What's the plan for today? It is a Tuesday. We do not have the traveling cart. I do need to go to the secret woods basically every day. And I do have stuff I could harvest, but I'm going to wait. I want to go to the secret woods and try and take care of... I want to do the riskiest thing first in case we need to reset the day. There is a good chance we might have to reset if... Actually, I'm going to do it like that. There we go. I'm used to having weapon on spot 2. Dude! See, if I get them trapped like that... There we go. No problem. Come on. But it's like my weapon doesn't do enough damage to one-shot them despite having the Slime Slayer bonus. Like what is that bonus? Actually, I am curious. I want to look this up. Slime Slayer. By the way, also, I just wanted to mention, the auto petter makes sense if we do get it in like the Skull Cavern. It's like a gift from the Junimos. And it's not something we're purchasing to optimize our farm life or whatever, right? Slime Slayer is not here. Hold on, what are these called? It's like, I'm just gonna go a weapon. It's not an enchantment, but it's a, what are these? It's like a modification of some kind. What are those called? I just want to know what the actual benefit is for the Slime Slayer. Well, up here it doesn't say anything about the mallet, right? Yeah. Where do we find let me just look up Slayer. Is it under combat mechanics? Or from the forge? Let's see. Yeah, innate enchantments. Only applies to low-level melee weapons. Slime Slayer. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Increases damage done to slimes by 33% plus 1. Does not affect big slimes. Okay. So we are getting 33% extra damage on the slimes. It's just that we aren't able to kill the slimes even with that. We need some better artillery or whatever. Oh, wow. Actually, how did we get him? Maybe we had a critical hit on him. I don't know. But sometimes the slimes hide in here, like you can't see them, you know, back here, and they'll get you. Actually, I want to collect these blackberries. Oops. Wait, how do I get the ones back here? Oh. Just run. Old Master Cannoli. Still searching for the sweetest taste. We also haven't established yet in the lore what this area is. And who was Old Master Cannoli? What is his relationship to the valley? To the people that lived here, you know, whatever, hundreds or thousands of years ago? Why is there a statue of him here? What is this? How does this relate to Granny's lore? We can think of something. Maybe Master Cannoli was the mayor back when Mr. Quee did the challenge. Or maybe not, I don't know about the mayor, but maybe oh, this is good. Master Cannoli is Mr. Quee's grandpa. And when Quee's grandpa died thousands of years ago, the Junimos brought him, and he completed the challenge here. And that's why there's the statue here, because back before, you know, whatever, thousands of years ago, they had a different religion, an equivalent to the Yoba religion. It was basically worshiping Yoba under a different name, an older name. And maybe this area is where they had the temple. And the temple has fallen into ruins. It would explain actually why there are columns here. Remember, there are gold columns in Yoba's chapel. And Master Cannoli was the high priest. And maybe that was a monument that Mr. Quee placed here in honor of his fallen grandfather. I like that. That's good. It's tangential. It's not necessary. But it's part of the lore now. I am so terrified. Okay, run over here. Go. Oh, run. Run. Got him. All right. Very good. We didn't take any damage. I'm a little blackberry addict. I see them and I gotta collect them, you know? It's very satisfying. Also, we can reset that. Yeah, it is good to be a hoarder sometimes. Yeah. We should be able to complete the challenge, right? We got 17 hardwood. And if it's, do we have until, is it until Sunday, right? So we should have enough days. We missed Monday for collecting hardwood, but we'll get the rest here. It's tricky when you don't have the forest farm. But strategically, that's why I've been leaving these on the farm. Also, I need to start filling up our silo. I do want to also strategically leave some of the grass around so that it respreads and whatever repopulates. Oh, here we go. This will give us a lot. I think, do these give you like 8 to 10? Yeah, 10 hardwood. Okay, so yeah, that actually helped a lot. So we need 80 and we're almost halfway there. So yeah, that's why it's important to leave the hardwood on your farm. It makes that quest a lot easier. Did I look everywhere? Oh, yeah, we're not even done with the hardwood here. I only removed the ones that were kind of blocking, I think, the farm. Just sort of in the way. Please have a peach. No. I literally don't need any of these. All right. Yeah, we got some slime. Oh, we were supposed to go by Marne. I forgot. We can go do that. What else do we need to do today? It's a bad luck day, so it's not a bad day to just be kind of running around doing nothing, you know. We do need whatever void essence, right? Maybe some more. Yeah, we could do. There's like an option here, I think. Let's take a look at the option. Oh, yeah. Spirit Sea Festival, we'll get one of those. The Winter Star Bundle. Oh, yeah, this is, yeah, for friendship. Not a big deal there. The Vault. We can kind of complete the Vault whenever, actually. Yeah, we could get a void essence. Well, that's a lot easier than getting 99 slimes. Or even the bone fragments can be kind of tricky. So I'd rather use a void essence there if possible. And that'll repair the mine carts, and that'll make going to and from the mines a lot easier. Yeah, the fish tank. We're very close to unlocking that. And then was it the walleye and the eel, which we will get done on our first rain day in fall. I think you're guaranteed at least one rain day every season, right? And yeah, we have to basically wait till winter for this. So much for the pantry still, my goodness. Yeah, I need the peach or the cherry for this. I think I also need a peach for like a loved gift. This, by the way, I was mentioning earlier, the rare crops bundle. We didn't get an ancient fruit in summer, unfortunately, so we got to wait for the sweet gemberry on the 24th of fall. So this is the bottleneck. Why we can't start our starfruit empire sooner. But, oh, you know what? Maybe what we could do is purchase some animals when we go to Marne right now. And also maybe, oh, if we have time, we could run up to Robin and purchase a barn. Do we have time? If it's 2 p.m., we might. The problem is I don't know. Wait, it's Tuesday. Does she do her dumb aerobics thing on Tuesdays? I wonder, actually, we could also use one of our warp totems. Well, we only have one for the mountains. Maybe we shouldn't just casually use it just to get her working. But what do we need for a barn? I think it's just wood, stone, and money, right? I do want to get the animals going now that I think about it. Like, why not? Granny loves animals. She loves them. But we also have this hay. Oh, we need the hay for this community center thing. How much was it? Was it 10 hay? Yeah, 10 hay. We just need to make sure we withdraw the hay. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the community center chest here. It's like a half community center chest. And we can withdraw the other hay from... we need, what is it? The carpenter shop. I want to look at a barn costs 6,000 gold, 350 wood, 150 stone. We already built the coop. Is there other stuff? We have a silo. I do want to get a second silo and try to have both silos filled by the end of fall. Oh, and a stable. Oh, we don't have the hardwood for it. Yeah, the stable's pretty tough in that. That's okay, though. Let me run over here and check. Where should we put the barn if we do get it? It feels weird to put it right in front. But I kind of feel like we have no other place for it. Like, we have to put the barn, I think, here. We might move the coop. We could maybe put the barn up here and move the coop down here, but I don't know. This will be like our animal area. I'm just thinking to myself, like, are there some of the islands we could put it there, but I don't want to run all the way over there just for that. You know, like these islands, you could put it. Actually, I don't think we'll make it. If it's almost 3 p.m., I think it takes us more than 2 hours to get to Robin's. Maybe not, though. Oh my goodness, the evil Marne. Also, you know why she's evil? Why does she have a room with a fireplace surrounded by the most flammable materials right outside the bedroom of a like 4-year-old child? I mean, hello. You brought the cave carrot. Thanks so much, Miss Granny. That's Mrs. Granny. I am a married woman. This looks great. I almost want to eat it myself. Almost. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. I really do appreciate it. That's why she says she almost wanted to eat it, because, I mean, she's an evil spirit that lives off of the killing the souls of other creatures. She does not require mortal meat and, you know, whatever nourishment for her sustenance. She just has pure evil. Marnie, you douchebag. Of course she would be closed today. That's why she's down there. Somewhere beneath one of these carpets, there is a ladder, a staircase that goes down to the dungeon, and we haven't found it yet. All right. Now, is it faster to run up through my farm or to run through town? I'm just going to guess town. Real Marne is over here, by the way. Real Marne. Ooh, I want to get that artifact spot. But I almost forgot. We need to check the help wanted board. Does anyone have an extra eel? Oh, this is an impossible quest. Now, there is an argument that actually this is not impossible, or it technically was possible to catch an eel prior to this day. Actually, wait, we have it over here. I already have a tab open for this. I'm on top of it. The eel is catchable during rain in spring and fall. So you could argue that since we did have rain days in spring, we should have caught an eel by now. And that I have to restart the challenge. Personally, I kind of think it's BS. Because they will ask for any nonsense. It's been a good run, fellas. Time to restart the file mechanic. I think in the spirit of the challenge, I think in the spirit of the challenge, the help wanted quest is impossible. I would put it in the same category of impossible. It is really tough because I hadn't really categorized this in my head prior to now. And we have already a category for impossible help wanted quests, which the origin of this category was due to the fact that sometimes villagers will ask you for a crop on the first day of spring or the second or third day of spring, and it's physically not possible to grow the crop in those few days, right? It's impossible. Or they will ask you for a fish that again is impossible to catch because there's no rain. And It would be more obviously impossible if, for example, the eel was not catchable in spring, but only in fall, and we hadn't had a rain day yet. Then it's obviously impossible. But there is, because I also feel like, well, maybe we need to follow the same logic as the crops. I remember saying for the crops, when we get to year 2, all bets are off, and we need to have the crop because we will already have had the first uh, year to grow all the crops. So we need to have a good backlog of crops ready. Uh, Maybe the fish could follow that same logic. We're still in year 1, so if we get a quest that asks us to catch a fish, even if technically it was catchable 2 seasons ago and we don't have one, does that mean I feel like we're still in that like impossible category? I think it's just tough for me to rationalize because technically it could have been possible for us to catch fish in, or to catch eels in spring and stockpile them. And is it our fault for not stockpiling the eel? Is it possible that I actually did catch an eel and I have it in my inventory? I'm almost positive I don't. But there is also a part of me that will not donate items. I have a policy where I don't donate items to the community center unless I have multiple of them. Now, do you think that Granny can't do everything in 28 days? And Mechanic says we've come too far to quit now. Guys, but okay, think of it this way. If we did restart the challenge due to this, imagine, wait a second. Oh, dang it. I just had a thought that we do technically have access to the rain totem, but we don't have access to truffle oil. You need truffle oil to craft a rain totem. Is there any way we can get a rain totem? We have everything else to craft a rain totem. Where do you get the rain totem? Do you only get it from crafting? We did reach foraging level 9. And you can sometimes get them in the treasure room of Skull Cavern. But otherwise, they only come from crafting. Because I was like, oh, did we get, maybe, is there a way to get one as a gift? I mean, of course, it is possible the information isn't here on the wiki that someone gives it. There's a small chance you could get it as a gift or something. But I'm pretty sure we didn't. Yeah, we do not have a rain totem. I would have noticed. It would have been a big deal if we had gotten one. And the other thing, yeah, it's like this is where it just starts to get so complicated because in order to get truffle oil, you have to have a pig. And in order to have a pig, you have to have a deluxe barn, literally uh the most expensive, right? It's made from a truffle. What the heck is a truffle crab? Oh my god. I did not even know about this. They're enemies found on the farm. Oh, wow. Okay, well, good thing we aren't on a monster farm or whatever. The truffle crab. Um One may be, wait, hold on a second. One may be purchased from Marnie's shop at the Desert Festival. Shoot. And yeah, the traveling cart may have it, but yeah, we haven't gotten it in the. I feel like I would have bought it from the traveling cart if we had seen it, because I've been thinking about this for a long time, thinking about how it would be really good to have a rain totem and have truffle oil, but you cannot get truffle oil early in the game. Because yeah, you get it from, hold on, let's click on truffle. And the truffle is spawned by a pig. Wait, if we get a truffle, is there another way we can get a truffle besides a pig? They're not foraged. Yeah. I don't think there's any other way. We have to have a pig. An adult pig, by the way. And you have to get, and yeah, a pig, one pig costs 16,000 gold. And the deluxe barn, how much is that? The deluxe barn is 25,000 plus the 18,000 for the previous two barns. I don't want to say it's impossible to get a pig by fall, but it just is like there's no way we can get the rain totem. Okay, I feel like here's a fair, yeah. You the rules. You are not required to catch impossible fish or to stock up on rainy fish if um if you don't yet have if you aren't yet in year 2, because it's just not realistic to expect that you should get a deluxe barn with a pig just in case you're going to need the rain totem. I feel like there's some part of me that does feel like it was my fault in a way not to get eels in spring. But we can also check that. We can also check it. Let's run up to Robin and build a barn. Watch her not even be there today. I forget what day she does her aerobics class with everybody. Is it Tuesday or Thursday? It's Tuesday. Well, you know what? Sometimes life just says no. And that's okay. All right, what do I want to do with the rest of today? It's 4 p.m. Should I go to the mines? Should I go home? We have a few things to, I think, harvest on the farm, but otherwise there isn't too much to do on the farm. We planted a bunch of trees. You know, I'm going to go to floor 80. I'm just going to go for it. I'll talk to Linus really quickly. Linus. What? I don't ridicule you, dude. I'm like your only friend. When we get back to the farm, I will look to see if we have an eel, and maybe it's a moot point, but yeah, Emily wants the eel. Emily, this is literally the only thing you've ever done that is not perfect. Otherwise, I have no complaint against Emily. She's the best. I have to say this is Clint this you know, honestly, here's the lore. Emily has been influenced by Clint because remember Clint asked us for a midnight carp. We had to do it. I mean, and it was the most clutch midnight carp I've ever caught. We delivered it at like 1 a.m. as Clint was going home, belly full of ale, drunk, walking back to the smithy. Uh, and now Emily has been influenced and is, oh, can you give me an eel, please? Clint mentioned that maybe you were good at catching fish, impossible fish that you hadn't caught yet. Emily, how could you do this to me? Yeah, let's do a little mining. Oh, shoot. I forget there's rock crabs on this floor. So, like, these could be rock crabs. Do these guys do damage? I know they'll spit at you and they debuff you, but that doesn't cause damage. That was actually really dangerous. I shouldn't have done that. I would have had to replay the whole day if I was wrong. I took a gamble. We didn't take any damage. We just received the Eye of Sauron. The Eye of Junimo. And hey, we got a Void Essence, which is exactly what we needed. So that's one of the things done. Let's go for a little more gold, if we can. Drunk grandma throwing an eel at your face at 1 a.m. and then just stumbling off. No, grandma is not drunk. Grandma is sober. It is Clint who is drunk, all right? The only person in Stardew Valley who can hold and handle their alcohol is Pam, all right? And Pam can do no wrong. She can drink all she wants. She's lived a difficult life. She's done her service, and she still continues to be one of the useful villagers by running the bus service, which actually, you think about it, isn't a good thing if she's drinking a lot. But look, don't think too much about it. Pam is perfect, and she can do no wrong. You've got the Void Essence. That's crazy good. Exactly, right? So maybe we shouldn't be diving for more gold today. I should just take a win and leave, because if we take damage, we have to reset the day. I'm just looking for easy gold. Like, if there's gold that spawns near the ladder. Uh-oh. We're just not gonna tempt fate here with any enemies. I'm actually most afraid of rock crabs. Their debuffs don't do any damage, so I'm safe. All right. Let's go ahead and get our stuff back. What is it? I need this, this, and this. And the Slime Slayer mallet. And there we go. So we can actually go complete the minecarts. Let's do that on the way home. Hey, Maru, what's up? There is actually a trick to... Oh, wait, we might be able to do this trick. Hold on. There is a way to purchase things from what's-her-face? From Robin. Wait, Robin, where are you going? Are you going up this way? Here, I'll show you the trick. Hold on. Let's make her run a little faster. Oh, wait, but we might not be able to get in, will we? Oh, we can. Okay, good. There's a way to do this. There we go. As long as she is in the building, and I think it's based off of her x-axis, so like where she is horizontally on the screen. So when she's in line with the cash register, you can you know, whatever, get your upgrades. So we'll get her to build us a barn. I forgot about this, but it's totally legal. Okay, let's build it here. Yeah, this is fine. Good, done. Oh, you know what? Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Demetrius. I don't like Demetrius. No, we were supposed to go to the community center. I forgot. Hey, Lemon, welcome in. How are you? How is it already 8:30 p.m. here for me in Finland? I feel like we only just started playing. I think we're done with this now. Yeah. Oh, this is good. Mine carts have been restored. And a magnet ring we don't need. That's kind of crazy. The reward is a baby magnet ring. Like, in order to complete that, in order to finish that room, it's like you have to get to floor 80. By that point, you have access to way better rings. Usually. Like, the small magnet ring is not a good reward, I just have to say. But sorry, Robin. Yeah. We're making Robin work extra, you know, like the boss. I don't know, kind of calling you up and asking you to work on the weekend or something. On a Tuesday. Good, listening to Granny's journey while doing a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, cool. What kind of picture is on your puzzle? Oh, only the second day after the holiday at work. It's already stressing you out. Oh, man. Hang in there. I hope it gets better. What do I need to put away? I'm going to go ahead and put away the wood and the stone. And I do have this furnace. I might as well use it, I feel like. How I have this extra furnace. But sometimes we can start making some gold. Alright. So... actually, I don't even have that much to put away. Wow, 75 blackberries. Where was it? I think... was I putting, like, clothing in this? Yeah, this purple one. I don't think... or not purple, pink. I don't think pink suits it. I feel like it needs to be, like, a gray. Yeah, like this in-between gray is a good... for, like, I don't know, clothing and other metal rings and whatnot. You know, it'd be funny if you started randomly switching between English and Finnish, like Dora the Explorer mechanic. Look, I mean, what? My Finnish is so bad. All I'd be able to say is like, "Olen amerikkalainen," you know, "Olen väsynyt." Mä oon väsynyt. But yeah, no, it probably would help me. Oh, it's a city skyline puzzle. Trying to figure out the blue sky that's left. 2,000 pieces. Actually, that's a pretty big puzzle. Yeah, it's like 1,000 takes a while, But 2000 takes more than twice as long. Like it's exponential in terms of difficulty the more you add. I instead of English, I could speak English. Actually like that. I don't speak English. I speak English. Puzzles are good for the soul. Opposite of doom scrolling. Yeah, true. Good. Good you have that as a hobby. I haven't done a puzzle in a long time. Or I actually enjoy puzzle games. I played some really good puzzle games. One from Finland called Baba Is You. Total mind-bending puzzle game. And genuinely one of the best puzzle games I've ever played. And then I also played another game that was called Magnum Opus. And it's like you're like an alchemist making molecules. And it's like a physical puzzle game where you're like creating machines that put the molecules together. And that was a lot of fun. It wasn't quite as, I don't know, it wasn't as good as Baba Is You, personally, but it was still really fun, a fun kind of challenge. Okay, we need broccoli for this, so that's good. And do I have the yams? Did I get yams already? No, we have, the yams take, I think, 10 days. I think tomorrow we'll have them. Otherwise, we will put that away, put that away. It's like 9:40 p.m. What else do we need to do today? Oh, I should... Did we refill these? Yeah, these are good. Lucius, the evil cat, on our bed, polluting it. I don't know, but I don't want trees here, I've decided. Let's see if I can get it before it all goes in the water. I'll maybe let this tree grow up if it wants to. Yeah, I also feel like I do need to remove some of these trees as well. Will I be able to get the wood from this? Oh, I did. Yeah. We could also maybe move this. Okay. Oh, that's a cool backstory for the puzzle. You got it from your granny, and she got it from a flea market. And you don't know what city is in, like whatever the cityscape is of. That's pretty cool. Wait, did I have a... No. Broccoli or something ready. Also, I do want to craft more crystallariums. Crystalleria. I don't know what the proper Latin plural is for that. But we do not have it as a recipe. It's like a level... Is it a level 9 or a level 10? Is it level 9 mining? I think we get it, right? It might be level 10. But whatever the case is, yeah. I know it involves iridium as well. So I don't think we can make it until the Desert Festival. Desert Festival is going to be clutch for getting iridium ore. All right, let's put stuff away. How are we doing with money and everything? Double check. Oh, shoot. Actually, we forgot to look here. No eel. We have a freaking octopus, but no eel? It's frustrating to get this help wanted quest because on some level I want to be able to do everything perfectly. Do you know? Like I want to do a challenge that is really difficult, uh that requires careful planning and execution. But at the same time, I do actually want to do a challenge where I don't have to over execute. You know, like the thought that I should have collected an eel in spring, I just like, I swear, did we catch an eel? That's why I'm like, we did so much fishing in spring. No. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, eel. We haven't caught an eel yet. That's one of the few fish we haven't even caught yet. I would feel even worse about it if we had caught an eel and then I had given it away. Like used it in the community center, right? Thinking, "Oh, what's the chance someone's going to ask for an eel?" But yeah, it's not raining today. It's not raining tomorrow. It's impossible to complete the quest. I wish I had stockpiled it in spring. I think that's why I'm kicking myself and I'm thinking, gosh, maybe I could have done it. Or did I maybe put it in here? No, yeah. Yeah, I think it's more in the spirit of fun, right? You have to like divide it where like creating the challenge, the point of creating the challenge is to have fun. And at a certain point, the challenge is too challenging, it's not fun. Or the requirements aren't even challenging, they're just so persnickety. Like this, that you just get blindsided by a help wanted quest that's impossible. That's different than, for example, missing a birthday or not getting lucky to get the gift that you need for the birthday and having a reset. That's stuff that you can sort of, I don't know, plan for. But year one, we need to have more grace in year one. At least for year one, if not even in year two, maybe the fish requirement for help wanted shouldn't be enforced if you don't have a rain day when they ask for a rain day fish. But yeah. I don't want to reset. All right. We are invested and I on a personal emotional level, I feel like we haven't reached the threshold for resetting. Like missing Marnie's birthday, obvious reset. Like obvious. But Emily asking for an eel, no. That's not going to do it. Not unless we could have caught an eel today and just forgot. I kind of feel, yeah, we're justified, especially since we haven't even had a rain day yet in fall and we're almost like halfway through. By the way, look how much money we just made. Oh my God. That is crazy. All of that pale ale and wine. Shoot. 66,000. Yeah. We might be set. uh it's not even going to be raining the next day either. I mean, I would have been even more mad if it was raining the next day because then I would feel like, wow, the game is really screwing me. Like, they asked me for requests that I can't complete because we have to finish it today. You only have 2 days to complete each help wanted quest. So, um, and good humor spirits. I like that. Tortillas. Oh, I should have brought a weapon back from the mines. I need to remember to bring a sword, because I like to use the combo of the club and a sword when fighting the slimes in the secret woods, for example. All right, no one's birthday is today. Wait, did I clicked on that. We did the rerun. All right. Let's get another one of those bad boys. By the way, did I save? Okay, I need to save some mushrooms. Okay, I'm not going to sell those. Okay, we don't yet. Oh, what is this? Wait, Granny casually stepping under the falling tree like a badass? Yeah, that's right. That's how she rolls. It sounds too stressful, mechanic. But Tyler, if you put the rule as per year 1 only, you should start gathering a lot of fishes. That's true. Yeah. It's not 100% set in stone that that's the rule. Like, maybe there could be more flexibility going forward anyway, because if you think about it, then having a stockpile, having treasure chests full of fish and having to manage that and make sure the inventory is up to date, you know, is kind of annoying. Making sure you don't run out of a fish, because that could happen as well. So I don't want to. Yeah, I like it when the quests focus on the birthdays as being non-negotiable, and then these other help wanted stuff being part of the challenge, but not as cutthroat, I think. But it could be just a year 1 grace period, that if you don't complete a fishing quest only under the circumstance of rain not happening, then you have a grace period. But yeah. You could do an extreme version of the Granny Challenge after I reach perfection. You could, yeah. I would actually love to see someone else do this. I don't know if I would be able to do this, but a true iron or hardcore perfection run, where you achieve perfection without taking a single bit of damage, and doing it the true way, not using JoJo waivers. You can't purchase the perfection waivers when you get to Ginger Island from, what's the guy's name, Fizz. That would be pretty interesting. Like, how would you do all of that? Because it's like we are not taking damage, but it's not a true damageless run. Like, we do take damage, we just save scum, we reset the day, right? That wouldn't could you do it? Could you actually achieve perfection without taking any damage? That would be pretty crazy. I'd be curious to see someone attempt it. Okay, I did want to save some of these dried chanterelles in case someone asks for it. I don't know. We got some mail. What? Oh, of course. Yeah, Pam is looking out for us. Pam's looking out for us. I love it. All right. Do we have any crops? No. I'd like to go to the mines. It's a Wednesday. No one's birthday. We need to run by Pierre just to look at the board. Oh, but I mean, we can't go into Pierre's, obviously, because it's a Wednesday. We can't. He's closed today. Let's quickly put that away. And after going to the secret woods, we will we'll run up to the mines. I don't think there's anything else that we need from home, right? Maybe on our way past Marne, we will purchase some animals for the coop. But we basically need to do this every day. for this, the Robin's project. We need to put the hardwood in her house. Okay. Please don't make me reset. Can you imagine? Also, actually, maybe the real danger to a damageless run is the secret woods. There was literally no chance of not taking damage when I entered the secret woods. I entered and there was a slime sitting directly on the tile. At least in the mines, it's coded so that no monsters will spawn directly beneath the ladder. And I had a feeling I tapped into the Junimo telekinesis magic, and I knew, like Minority Report, I could predict the crime before it happened. So Granny took damage, we got to reset the day. But imagine resetting a whole run. Getting that far. I don't know if it's worth it. To do chores beforehand, you know what I mean? Like, hey, a perk of resetting the day is we can check the mail. And the gift that comes in the mail is determined by whatever RNG that it changes. So you can reset the day and get different gifts. I think it depends on when you click on the mail. Or maybe it's like the steps you've taken prior to clicking on the mail. I don't know. But hey, I'll take a battery over an energy tonic. Anytime. Anytime. Let's just put the freaking dried chanterelles. Let's go. We've got our weapon. Wait, that was the wrong thing. There we go. What if the slime is waiting for me again? That's gonna be so funny. I mean, it could be just the case that it always spawns there on this day. I don't know how the spawn mechanic works for their location. Okay, no slime here. Good. Uh-oh. Oh, that was very close to taking damage. Not a fan of that. Oh, I thought this was a slime for a second. Hey, look at this. Actually, this is nice. But I have a feeling there's a slime hidden somewhere in here. I don't like this. Oh my god, they made babies. I got 2 of them. Yo, where did that other slime go? There's a slime in there. Okay, no damage. No! No! It came out of nowhere! There are too many. There are too many. I got slimed. Oh, wait. My screen's messed up. You see this? Why is my menu way up here? Also, why is my wood mallet still refreshing? That's interesting. So when you reload the save, I guess if you reload it very quickly, it keeps whatever debuff on your weapon. That's weird. Well, maybe we don't get the battery. We're back to the energy tonic. Like, I need better weapons for this. You know, actually, what would be really dope? If Concerned Ape introduced a gold star. And that if you ate a gold, like if you and it would be like really difficult to get or something. Or maybe not like crazy difficult to get, but like imagine having access to a gold star that would give you invincibility. But for a very short time. And you could use it strategically, you know? I'm not gonna take damage, watch. Boom! Boom! Come at me, bro. Oh my god. Look, we're gonna get it done this time. We just had some really bad luck. The slimes usually aren't this crazy, right? Like, it's just bad luck twice in a row. I mean, how many slimes were down in that little pocket area? That was ridiculous. It's not gonna happen again. Run. I am so glad I spotted that slime before I went into the tunnel of death. There we go. Tap it. Run back. Oh, oh my god. I'm going to explain why I just freaked the F out. A blackberry went off screen down here, or like behind these bushes, and then my magnetic whatever ring pulled it towards me, and I thought it was a slime. And I just could not handle it. Here's what we do. We preemptively use the area of effect attack to get us. And was that all? Yeah, that was all. Robin, you better be happy that we're going through all this effort for you. There we go. Yeah, you get like 15 hardwood. Why do I feel like I got 17 hardwood last time? Jas, I am so sorry you live in such an inhospitable home for children. Look at this! Aunt Marnie won't let me go out after 6 o'clock. It's not fair. Yeah. She's an evil Aunt Marnie. I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. What movie? What movie is that from? All right, evil freaking Marnie. Oh, that's true. We can also get dogs. Dogs and cats. and a bird. All right, let's get some chickens. I should have opened this. I forgot. Okay, we got a white chicken. Oh, what do we call the chicken? Oh, shoot. We have to come up with a chicken name. Boom goes the dynamite. Legendary lock-in from Grandma. She locked the F in on them slimes. Get her done. And the blackberry scared you as well, mechanic. 6 to 3 a.m. is the witching hour for evil Marne. Exactly, Yuha. That's why she locks them in, because that's when she's doing all of her evil mischief. And you know, she doesn't want any of the humans to find out. Turuleta sound. That's from a Spanish song of the chicken Turuleta. Call the chicken in brackets 454. Is that also like, we can't use any actual cheats? Is that still in the game where you name it like an item code? And then every time you talk to, or every time the chicken is mentioned in dialogue, you automatically get stuff in your inventory? What does 454 give you in the game mechanic? Or that's what I assume you're referring to. Oh, it's ancient fruit. Yeah, it would have been really useful to get some ancient fruit, but I mean, Turuleta is, and okay, it's a cheat that still works. Okay, we're not allowed to use those exploits. Okay, this is a vanilla run. We're not using animation canceling or any other exploits. Animation canceling is allowed in speedrunning, but I'm playing vanilla. I like playing vanilla. And by the way, vanilla, that's like OG best flavor for ice cream. I'm a vanilla guy. People say, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Vanilla. Or pistachio. I do actually really like pistachio. However, pistachio can go really wrong. I do have strong feelings about pistachio. It needs to be done. It needs to be smooth pistachio. If you give me a chunky pistachio, get out. I do chunky peanut butter and not chunky ice cream. At least not chunky pistachio ice cream. And if we're talking about sorbet, then mango, obviously. Mango sorbet is the best. And then lemon sorbet after that. Preferably, you would get both. Also, I mean, a coconut ice cream, actually. That'd be really good. What's the difference between a sorbet and an ice cream? I know sorbet tends to have less, like, fat content. Would coconut, though, be an ice cream or a sorbet? Because I feel like coconut is more closely related to, like, a mango or a lemon than to, I don't know, vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked here. The name of the animal. Well, how about this? Sound. Since you're here in chat, you get to name it. You gave me the name, and I was trying to come up with something that would fit the lore of, like, what would Granny name her chicken? Is there some way we can connect this to the Junimos? But honestly, it does. I don't think so. Right? Like, they have nice names, but yeah. I mean, we could name them after ice cream flavors. That's another idea, actually. Like mango and all the animals could be ice cream flavors. Maybe we'll do ice cream flavors. I like Turuleta, actually. That's our, like, hey, no pun intended. It breaks the ice for all the rest of the animals that are coming in. Let's imagine Turuleta is some fancy Spanish ice cream flavor. Did I spell that right? At least I think so. All right, there we go. It's done. I'll send little Turuleta to her new home right away. Turuleta. Granny watched the telenova and named the chick. Yeah, maybe that's part of the lore, Yuha. Granny, when she can't sleep at night, she puts on the TV and watches reruns of her favorite soap operas, the Spanish soap operas. Yeah, Turletta is an old chicken in the song. Okay, so it already is a chicken's name in a Spanish song. So there's some maybe in all of her work at Joja, Granny learned Spanish, and she tries to keep up with it, but I mean, to be fair, we haven't actually established in the lore of Stardew Valley that the characters are actually speaking English. If you remember in Lord of the Rings, nobody is speaking English in Middle-earth. English doesn't exist there. English is just used in translation, right, as a proxy for the common tongue of Western. So it's entirely possible that actually, she's learned. There's learning and speaking all these different languages. We do have reference to a Dwarvish language from Penny. She mentions that she teaches the kids Dwarvish, which is kind of interesting since there are no dwarves apart from the one dwarf at the mines that we meet. And then I guess the Junimos probably have their own language too, right? Or at least they have their own script for writing. But also, by the way, guys, part of the lore here, and this is important, we are rescuing these animals, right? We are paying the ransom. Marne demands a ransom, every animal, and it pains us to do this to support her evil empire. But this would be kind of like if you're vegan and you are purchasing cows from a farmer, the farmer maybe doesn't care, and they're either going to slaughter the cow or they'll sell it to you, and they're kind of indifferent because they see the cow as just a piece of money, right? Or a piece of meat. So you're paying for it. You don't want to support the farmer in continuing in this practice of owning and selling animal bodies, but you might justify it in order to rescue the cow, right? That's what we're doing. Except Marne is super evil. So we're playing a longer game with Marne than the mere economics of whether it's worth. She would torture the animals regardless of whether or not she made money off of it. She just happens to be ultra wealthy anyway. And if you really think about it, Marne isn't actually making much money off of them, because who would come to her small town and buy animals? There's no one visits the town. There are no people that come, and there's no other farmers in Stardew Valley besides us. So there's only the traveling merchant who comes. But otherwise, maybe there is a deal that she has with the traveling merchant. And that actually fits the lore. The traveling merchant, her prices are insane because she's this exploitative capitalist, just ultra, she sees a niche and she's exploiting the poor people of Pelican Town with extortionate or extortionary prices. And so she's involved in the illicit animal trade. When she travels to the Gotoro Empire, she takes a load of these. Also, by the way, what animal or how does the traveling merchant move? We live in a war, in this world, it's canon that combustion engines exist. There are trains and there is a bus. There are cars that are parked in people's driveways, even though no one drives. However, the traveling merchant travels all of these great distances with her cart being pulled by a pig. She has enslaved. Marne gave a magical pig that has been enslaved. And so the pig has extra strength or magical powers to pull the traveling cart. And the traveling cart is also enchanted so that it's capable like kind of like Hermione's hat or purse or whatever it was that you could just put tons of stuff in. That's a traveling cart, and it's full of all of the poor animals. And that is how Marne is making tons of money. Oh my God, we are unearthing the conspiracy. We are exposing the corruption. All the more important for us to rescue these poor creatures. Oh wait, oh my God, sound. Actually, it's Toruleka with a C. And so, look, it's Turletta now, okay? There was a scribal error in the translation. It's like when Frodo tried to speak Elvish and he messed up. Instead of saying, like, what was it? Ellen sila lumen omentielvo. He says omentielmo with an M instead of a V. Common mistake, or well, you know, the elves don't correct him because they're just impressed that this little hobbit is even attempting to speak their high elven tongue. It's not in the text now, but in the first edition of the Lord of the Rings, there's a typo in Frodo's Elvish that was corrected later. Anyways, oh my God. Oh, there is also, yeah, the mobile home for Pam and Penny, right? So, you know, but yeah. Oh, Menti Elmo want cookie. Oh man. I love how slow we're playing this game. I think this is only our second day. And I've been streaming for, wait, like over 2 hours has it been now? Crazy. But we're enjoying it, all right? I don't know, if you enjoy this kind of Stardew playthrough, I feel like it can be kind of boring to watch, but this is how I enjoy playing the game, thinking about it. And I'm glad that some of you are watching because, I mean, I would not be this invested if I was doing this by myself. I would not be coming up with all the lore and everything. We need a brown chicken, so we gotta... By the way, I did not realize, here's a little tip for you. The game tells you what color the chicken is before you purchase it. I did not know that. And so I used to buy as many chickens as I needed until I finally got one of each. But you can just click on it, and then you can click out. And click on it again. And click out. Click on it again. Wait, is it locked to a white chicken? Here we go, brown. So we got our brown. We click on the coop. And oh yeah, are we doing ice cream flavors? A brown chicken, I guess, would be fudge or mint chocolate chip. I don't even think... Look, we only have this many, whatever, spaces. There's a tar flavor of ice cream. And I guarantee you, Yuha, this is a Finnish thing. I've never had tar ice cream, but I am positive the crazy Finnish people that live up in Oulu, I'm calling you out, you Oulu Lyset people, doing dumb... Y'all gotta chill out with the tar. Like, I get it, tar was an important thing historically, but y'all gotta chill out. It's too much, all right? Pine tar. Actually, like a spruce flavored ice cream. I think I had spruce ice cream on my birthday. It was really good. Yeah, it is most definitely a Finnish thing. All right, look, we're just gonna go chocolate, all right? We can do tar maybe for another animal or something. We'll probably get another brown cow or something at some point. So I think just one of each, or should I do more? I think one of each is okay right now because we are quickly going to be adding more animals. And I'd rather, or would I rather save the space? That's a good question. Do I want to save space? Or we can also sell the animals, which feels kind of wrong. I don't like the idea of selling the animals. I want to make the decision now of like, I could get some more chickens and we would ostensibly make more money from the eggs turning into mayo and whatever. It would be worth it as an investment, especially since we have all this money. But we wouldn't have as much space when we upgrade. Actually, let's take a look at that. We have the tab open perfectly, or not perfectly, but let's go to the carpenter shop. It'll say over here because I need to see the coop. We get 4 animals in a regular coop, and then it goes up to 8 with a big coop, and it opens up ducks and dinosaurs. And then the deluxe coop goes to 12, so multiple of 4. That's easy to remember. And we get rabbits. So we could get 4 of each. I mean, excluding dinosaurs. At some point, we would want to get dinosaurs, but we can also get multiple coops as well. Maybe that's our rule. You cannot sell animals. Granny would never... would you sell your dog? Like, would you raise your dog for money? No. No, right? So she would not treat her animals this way. And the same with the barn. 4, 8, and 12. Cows, goats, and then sheep and pigs. Say, I like that idea. We'll do chickens. We can also probably start upgrading as well. When we get the barn, we can just fill it with cows. It's going to be expensive in the fall. Or sorry, in the winter. I need to get another silo, and hopefully we can fill both silos. Because the animals, they whatever, go through all of the, whatever, the grass. The hay. Hold on. Let me do the math. If we have 8, let's say at the end of fall, we have 8 animals total times, what is it? 28 hay. That's, I mean, that's only 224 hay to feed them. 8 hay per day. 8 hay per day keeps the doctor away. 224, that's like 1 silo. Or less than a silo. But yeah, that's fine. We could even get a second silo going. But yeah, okay. Let's hop back in. Let's buy more animals. So we'll get another brown chicken. We'll call, this one's Tar. This one is Tar. Tar flavored ice cream from Olu. Not the best branding for, by the way, Olu is the capital of culture this year, according to, was it CNN or some news organization that designates these things. I'm like, I actually really lied. I'm giving Olu a hard time because of tar. Because historically, Olu did produce a lot of tar during the age of ships, and like you needed a lot of tar for the wood, like wooden ships, and for a lot of other things. But yeah. Okay, wait, we need a white chicken now to balance out. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And this one is going to be vanilla. All right, we got chocolate, we got vanilla, we got tar, and then we got Turuletta, the wild card. But yeah, Sound, you got to name one of them, and you also got to name them with a typo, so there you go. I hope you feel special. that's what I'm... Tar and feather. Oh, that's actually... That would have been really good to have, like, a little duo. Tar and feather. Maybe when we get a duck, we can name one of the ducks Feather. Oh, that's perfect, because you get duck feathers as a gift. So we have Tar as a chicken and duck, or Feather as a duck. And also, for those of you interested in the fan fiction side of our lore, maybe there could be some interspecies mingling of the chickens and the ducks reproductively. I'm not saying I'm going to go into the details on stream. It might violate the terms of service for YouTube. I don't know. But maybe you guys can start your own little fan fiction Discord or something, and I will not be a part of it. I'll just have a burner account in there. Oh man, what am I doing with my life? All right, we are gonna go by Pierre's. Oh yeah, also, what am I doing today? Like, what do we need to do today? It's not Jody's birthday, I believe, is Thursday, right? Of course, we have a help wanted. Let's first check this. Yeah, no help, no birthday. The monsters known as ghosts are throwing the elemental balance into disarray, like an adventurer to enter the mines and slay two. Our dad asking for it. Of course we're going to complete it. Why don't we go and try and complete that now? It shouldn't be too hard. Probably floor 50 is going to be our best bet. You're gonna pass on that mechanic? I don't blame you. All right, look. I don't want people to feel judged. But let's just say Tar and Feather do get busy and make the other birds feel very uncomfortable in the coop. All right. They are going to be demanding separate coops. What has this challenge come to? Okay. Let's go for this. Bring that, whatever. Okay, let's try to get the ghost. Yep, here we go. Uh-oh. I really don't want to take damage now. There we go. That's one of two. I don't want to have to reset the day. I really don't. After buying all the animals, I don't want to have to do that again. Also, how would we do it again? And we wouldn't be able to commit to the typo with the same verve, you know? It would just be, like we're just repeating it. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any... Okay, I don't see any ghosts yet, so we can reset. Okay, no ghost. Here we go. We did get a number of hits. That's nice. There we go. And we're done. I'll just quickly gather some iron ore. And now the question is, what do I do with the rest of today? Okay. We did the hardwood for today. So yeah, I don't want to reset today because we'd have to get the hardwood again and get the animals again. No thanks. I don't want to do that. Um, oh, we got to go talk to our dad. We should go do that today. Of course, we could do it tomorrow on the way to uh, or after getting the hardwood. But yeah, Emily, we decided that the mercy of the Junimos descends upon us in this moment, and we can't complete it. Actually, I think we will go give Emily a gift. Remember, I think we did this before, where if we have an impossible quest, I think Willie gave us an impossible quest for like a was it a catfish or something? Yeah, it wasn't just to deliver a catfish. It was to catch 3 catfish. And there was not a rain day. So and we gave him a gift in exchange. So, yeah, let's go give Emily a gift before it's too late. Let's pull this up. Um Evil Marnie, get off my screen. I don't want to see it. Emily, uh yeah, we can go get her probably like an amethyst or an aquamarine. Yeah. I mean, we could give her a topaz. Let's just see what we have. Part of me just feels like a topaz is being cheap. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to come across like I'm cheap. I want to impress Emily. So probably the aquamarine if we have enough. Yeah, let's go and do that. All right. Um, let's move some things. Oh yeah, this is good. I need to take something with me. Hold on. Forest sword. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I need. So yeah, having the wood mallet and the forest sword is going to be really helpful. Now when I go fighting slimes is a lot easier with a sword. So as a consolation to Emily, we will bring her a loved gift. I feel like that helps. That helps me and by proxy Granny emotionally deal with the failure, right? We can't give her the eel, but we're going to give her a loved gift instead. Right, let's find it. Uh, we got plenty of what's the aquamarine is worth more than the amethyst. So we'll give her the aqua. But we're not going to give her a ruby or a jade. We could give her the emerald. But Emily, her blue hair matches the aquamarine. We'll tell her that when we give it to her. What else could we do? We could open these mystery boxes if we get to Clint in time. Why don't we go do that? If we go to Clint, we can open some of these bad boys. What else? Oh my god, we have so many batteries. I'm just gonna put this stuff away. I don't really need to be carrying some of these things. But yeah, we are getting a lot of hardwood out of this challenge. That's really nice. Oh yeah, our preserve. Oh, we should make some more preserves jars. Arguably, that could be a good use of our money. Is just go and purchase the materials that we would need for the preserves jars. Like purchasing the wood especially, because wait, where is it? Yeah, you need 50 wood and 8 coal, and that 8 coal is the equivalent of 80 wood. So was 130 wood per jar we could purchase. Or we can also farm for it. It might be worthwhile just to go and farm instead of. I say farm, I mean go out and chop the wood down. But it's not so bad to purchase it, especially if it means we can process more items by the end of year one. But otherwise, it has very limited value. Yeah. Do you have Void Essence and Solar Essence? That's a bundle, right? Yes, we just completed that, actually. We completed the mine carts. So the mine carts have been restored. Which reminds me now, I'm like, I should have, yeah, I should have taken the mine carts back. I ran home out of habit, but I could have taken the mine carts instead. But yeah, does Grandma ever get audited by OSHA? Those oven things are mighty close to each other. Oh yeah. Well, fortunately, she is a sole proprietor. She doesn't have any employees. All right, so she's not accountable uh, to the same level of safety standards. However, I can guarantee you, Evil Marnie is not meeting safety standards for the monsters, much less the poor animals that are being unethically bred in the dungeons. You fully support the hardcore Emily simping. Thank you. Thank you. All right, wait. Also, let me go ahead and put this away. Oh, wait, what was... Did I put something away that I didn't mean to? I thought it was only putting away blackberries. But it feels like something else went in here. I don't know. I know what it was. It's fine. Okay, let's... Yeah, we don't have a lot here, but who knows? And we'll go find Emily. Also, we need to go talk to our dad. Let's go to Clint first. Actually, we can use the mine carts. We can use the mine carts. Double check. Yeah, we're good. Where is Emily? Oh wow, this is... The mine carts are overpowered. Oh my god. I came here because I wanted to process geodes. Yeah. Let's just see what we get. Oh, have we turned that one in? Maybe. Oh, we have not turned that in. I don't think so. I feel like I would remember that. Oh, and I don't think we've turned that one in. I think we're going to get 60. I think we got it. Bit unlucky here. What is that? Oh, quality fertilizer. Don't need that. Definitely don't need the mixed seeds. Oh, come on. That's actually pretty decent. Copy. Dude, what is with quality fertilizer? Oh my god. Cookies. I hate these. These mystery boxes suck. Oh, actually, okay. 10 hardwood is pretty good. And a farm warp totem, not bad. But getting like fertilizer and seeds, like just random mixed seeds. Okay, so we did have one thing. Oh, we have turned in the fairy stone. Maybe we won't be able to. Oh, but actually, no, kyanite is new, and the dwarf gadget is new. So I'm pretty sure, actually, this should be 60 when we get here. We'll find out. If we get a reward, then yeah, we'll have it. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, donate to the museum. Boom. And boom. Oh, it didn't give us a reward, so I guess we're missing a few. Or I do know that when you get the rusty key, Gunther visits you the next day. So it's possible we have the 60 and Gunther's going to come visit us. We just haven't received the notification yet. I don't know. What's up? I've lived in Pelican Town my whole life. Can you believe that? There's a lot out there I'll never experience. That's what books are good for. Love the dynamic between Jas and Vincent. Vincent is just like so privileged in Jas's eyes because Jas lives a life like, even though Marne is like the wealthiest person in Stardew Valley, she like treats Jas so horribly. Like, what is it? It's kind of like a Cinderella story, but except there aren't any good daughters she's jealous of or anything. It's like Matilda, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of I know, what is it? A fictional character that would fit the analogy. But yeah, hey Lemon. Okay, well, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you get a good night's rest. And we'll see you later. But yeah, I'm not gonna actually. I've decided this is my last Stardew day, and I'll end the stream here at the end of this day. Then we'll pick it back up with Jody's birthday on Thursday. Remember to cover your mouth when you sneeze. And make sure to wash your hands. Useful advice. Now, Emily, where the heck are you? Oh, she's here. That's right. Emily is friends with Sandy. My friend runs a shop in the desert. If you ever go there, stop in and say hi for me. Emily goes to the desert on Sandy's birthday. She sells some rare products. Actually, we could also go up. Why don't we do that? Why don't we go up to the community center and complete the bundles? We have the money. We have the money to complete it, and we have plenty of money for refilling pumpkins. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Emily, I am so sorry. All right, she has 4 hearts. I'm going to put this under my pillow, and hopefully I'll dream about the ocean. Oh, that's actually real. I didn't know she had like a specific dialogue option for when you give her an aquamarine. That is commitment by Concerned Ape. I really appreciate that. She's awesome. Emily's awesome, and so is Concerned Ape. You went back to count the artifacts, assuming the table hidden under your video stream is full. You do have 60. Ah, okay, we do have it. So it'll be the next day. By the way, I don't think I've ever noticed that there's these 2 little elf creatures sitting here on the windowsill. What the heck? Are they always there or only in fall? I'll pause it so you guys can see. Look at that. How crazy is that? They're cute. Okay, what am I doing with the rest of today? 3:30. Oh, I need to go to the wizard, right? So we did a consolation loved gift for Emily. The ghost will go talk to the wizard now, and then that's it. Also, we need to go talk to the animals. We need to go and open up the little door. Concerned Ape did change the code so that now you do get a benefit by if you close the door, the little garage door for the animals, it improves their friendship a little bit or their happiness in some way. But then you have to open it for them in the morning. I like just leaving. I like giving the animals freedom. All right. The elementals are pleased with the job you did. Here's your payment as promised. Oops. I wonder, okay, so I was watching the algorithm and I learned that at least with the special orders board, for example, here, let's go back. If you leave a special order uncollected, like Robin's project, for example, you complete it, but you leave it uncollected, it will not respawn on the special orders board. However, what about the bounties? Is it also the same for help wanted quests? Help wanted quests won't spawn the same quest twice, because that could be really useful if there are certain help wanted quests that I don't want to get again. I might not collect the money. I would love if somebody could check the code to figure out how help wanted quests are spawned. But whatever, I'll take the money now. All right. There we go. Okay. But Mechanic, thanks for counting all the artifacts. I appreciate that. I don't know how you did that so fast. Oh, I do also want to try and... Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. I do want to leave some grass to grow there. Got trapped. Oh, I need to go talk to the animals. Shoot. It might be too late, though. Oh, shoot. It's too late for them to go out, but they're not asleep yet. Good, good, good. And then... Oh. I didn't mean to take all that hay. There we go. I do need the hay anyways. Over here. Not this much, but whatever. Yeah. We have the prize ticket. We could also go take care of that. We could go turn that in. Why not? Why not? Go celebrate a little bit. It's actually good that you're ending the stream. You're trying to edit a video, but can't get anything done since you don't want to miss the Tyler moments. All right. I have to end the stream for Yuha's productivity. All right, guys. Oh, we do have another oak tree I could put a tapper on. Oh yeah, let's go to the community center and finish another bundle. That'll be nice. We can cross that off our list. We will now have access to the desert. And just get it done so we don't forget. I don't feel like there's any good reason. The only argument for not doing this right now would be that we plan to spend a lot of this money on something now. Like, I guess I could get more like coop and barn upgrades. Or like it's not even that much money because I already paid for the 25,000 one. So it's not even that much, right? So let's just do it. What do we get, by the way? More, I have so much quality fertilizer. This is ridiculous. And the 10,000 bundle. Oh yeah, a little late with the lightning rod. We could have used that in summer. Maybe I should have bought it in summer. Nah, I think we needed the money too bad in summer. We were supersizing. Now in fall, we are reaping the rewards of all of our efforts. There we go. By the way, I love this music. And I love the Junimos. Yes. Yes. Put my star up on the board, baby. Do it. I don't care if we're wasting time. This is a good use of time. This is emotional productivity time for Granny. And yeah, that's right. Dance with me, Junimo. Dance. Hell yeah. Oh. I forgot. How do you do the show me the, how do you access the emotes? L. For some reason, oh, I changed it to L because I hate it. It's usually Y, but I press that all the time. There we go. Yay! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We needed that. That was Granny time. Okay. Is it too late? No, you can enter Lewis's whatever. Yeah. Lewis. Oh my god. 4 more of these. Actually, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I just had an idea. So, there is a small chance that these books, like this is a combat book, and every time you read it, it gives you combat experience. Obviously, we're going to get combat experience eventually by killing the monsters, right? However, it could be very useful to get all that combat experience before fighting the monsters. I think, actually, let's take a look at this before we end the stream. Let's just type in combat, and I just want to see if the experience, does it say up here? Each increase in combat level adds 5 HP. That doesn't help us because we can't take any damage. But we do get the level ups. So we actually, it would help our combat, our power, right? Or like we can level into the skills that give us more damage or more critical strike chance. Typically when I'm playing, I go for scout. I go scout and then I go acrobat. In acrobat, because the special move on the club is so powerful, especially when you get like the galaxy hammer, and you have a critical strike chance increased by 50%, you are just absolutely, you're one-shotting so many of the enemies. Ideally, what I want to do, and we can take a look at this with weapons. Also, but before I change, I want to get, it would be really nice to go to Ginger Island, get to the top, whatever, the forge, and then also get Galaxy Souls. Although I think getting Galaxy Souls is going to be really tough. We'll have to look more into this. If there's a way you can get Galaxy Souls without using combat. Can you buy them, I think, from Mr. Quee, but like really expensive? Like completing the Quee quests and then like using those Quee gems. Whatever. You get the Galaxy Souls, and then you can turn your Galaxy Hammer into like, what is it? We'll look it up in a second, whatever it's called. But I want to get the most powerful weapons so that when we do try to complete those monster eradication goals, we're just absolutely destroying everything with one shot, basically. Um, but yeah, okay. Uh, Nothing really good here. And down here, oh, actually, this would be a fun challenge for us because I've never used the slime hutch. I think it'd be hilarious to have a slime hutch on the farm because Granny has a heart and she wants to rehabilitate the poor slimes that have been enslaved and corrupted in the mines to attack people. But of course, we would need to get the slime ring, or there's no hope of her being able to do anything with it, right? Other stuff, um, obviously, iridium band. This is good. We need an iridium band, so that'll be clutch. Okay, that's actually really good. Let's quickly look at the weapons as well. This is just forward thinking, planning. Um, so yeah, there is the Galaxy Sword and the Infinity Blade. I want one of these. Actually, I also want to get a Meow Mirror. I want to get this. How do I get it in the basement of the Wizard's Tower? So we should unlock the basement, I think, once we get a certain number of hearts with the wizard in winter, and we'll be able to go get this. What do we need to bring? I know this is from like Terraria as well. Although, actually, if you guys have followed the stream, we did a full playthrough of Terraria last year, and it was a lot of fun. That game is insane. Like, it is so deep and complex, but a lot of fun. But I never got the Meow Mirror on my playthrough. It's a secret sword by placing a far away stone on the plant pedestal located in the basement. Um, and how do you get the far away stone? You get it by right clicking with an ancient doll next to the lava pool. Okay, this is, I guess, maybe. I know you have to throw things in the lava in Terraria. Like you throw the doll of the guide, like the voodoo doll or whatever, and it summons a boss. The wall of flesh, is it? I'm not really a Terraria expert, though I do really love the game. Oh yeah, ancient doll next to the lava pool in either level 100 of the mines or in the caldera. And you get this far away stone. It's funny, I don't think I've ever gotten this item. I think when 1.6 came out, we did a playthrough, and I think we in that playthrough we role played as like a redneck living in a van down by the river. And what was his name? What was his name? Oh, he had a really we came up with a really fun name for him. But anyways, we did that playthrough. The lore was not even 2% of what we've come up with for Granny, by the way. But it was fun. And but I didn't do everything that 1.6 introduced. So it'd be fun to do some of that in this playthrough, or to try and do everything in the game, basically. I think it would be fun to have a save file where we did everything. Okay, all right. The other thing I was actually thinking about, I got distracted by the Meow Mirror. Um, what I really wanted to look at was the clubs. Like right now, our club, we have a wood mallet. The advantage of this is as very quick speed, so that yeah, because we don't use animation canceling, the clubs are not as strong as they otherwise would be because you have to wait between each swing. But see, the problem, the lead rod and the cudgel, they have speed debuffs, and I don't really like playing with weapons that feel slow. Um, the slammer is worth it, even though it's a speed -2. It is so powerful. When we get the slammer, uh, it would be worth it. It's on the mines floors 81 to 99, so we could try to farm for it. Go to the mines and just try to whatever, kill monsters and break open barrels, and we might be able to get a slammer that way. Now the real deal is the galaxy hammer, right? Like look, we have a wood mallet that is it really the wood mallet? Why do I feel like we have something else? It is the wood. I feel like our wood mallet does more damage than this, though. It's not something else, is it? It's not up here. Why do I just feel like it looks different than that? Here, hold on, let's pull it up. Oh, wait. It is yeah, it is the wood mallet. I don't know why in my head it just kind of looks, it looks different. But yeah, basically we're going to go from 15 to 24 damage, all the way up to like 40 to 55 with the slammer if we get it. And then the plan would be to get the Galaxy Hammer uh, when we get our first Iridium, our Prismatic Shard. And I hope the plan would be to get the Prismatic Shard in spring of year 2 at the Desert Festival when we do our first Skull Cavern run. Uh, oh man. And then the goal would be to level up the Galaxy Hammer to upgrade it to the Infinity Gavel. Yeah, and it requires 3 Galaxy Souls and 60 Cinder Shards. Oh my god, it's going to be so difficult going through the volcano because of all the flying enemies. I can handle enemies that I can run from and like hide, but flying enemies, once they see you and they start chasing you, you have to fight them. Like you can't escape. Unless we use really good speed buffs. That's the other thing we need to get. We got to have a good amount of whatever coffee and spicy or whatever fried eel is it? Anyways, yeah. So yeah, the Infinity Gavel, 100 to 120 damage. This is gonna be, oh my god. I'm already salivating about how it's gonna feel when we're actually able to kill enemies and we don't have to worry about them, I don't know, killing us when we can't really fight back that well. So, okay, there we go. That's fine. Was there something else I feel like, oh, I did, this is the thing. You ask one question and it brings up another question. Uh, what I actually want to look up here. Hold on. So yeah, Galaxy Hammer. Let's click on this because I know we need to get um yeah, uh, yeah, the prismatic shard. I just want to see what are the rules for the prismatic shard. It can be found floors 100 plus. Oh, for some reason I thought that the prismatic shard did not spawn in the mines until you got floor 120. And I do not want to get floor 120 because it increases the health of all the enemies by like 50% or something crazy. And I want to do Skull Cavern with the enemies on low health. And the only way to do that is at the Desert Festival. But yeah, you could get it from a meteorite, treasure room in a Skull Cavern, iridium node, or that we could get it at the quarry actually. Ah, I don't know if we want to do this, but you can farm the quarry where you reset the day. You open if you have a not an iridium node, but it should say on here actually a mystic stone. Yeah, yeah, in the quarry. The mystic stones you can reset um and get a different item or whatever, or just open it on a different day. Just reset the day and open it the next day, and eventually you'll get the prismatic shard. But I probably won't do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we feel and how much Granny is willing to abuse the magic of the Junimos to get her ends. Because I mean, a prismatic shard would be really useful in like getting the galaxy sword and then the galaxy hammer. Um, which yeah, we really do need before we really need it before we get to the desert. So we have to get that in winter, or possibly we could get it even in fall. Um, Okay. Well, that's interesting. There we go. Okay, that's enough. I'm really dragging out this day as long as I can. Wait, you have buckwheat waffles and coffee for breakfast. Let me guess. Does Marnie prepare it for you? Does she probably laces it with some evil Junimo poison to to control your brain. Oh yeah, it's a little tradition I observe to keep the bachelor life interesting. You're just, dude, you are living in such delusion, Lewis. Marnie has you wrapped around her pinky finger, and you're over here thinking you're just this, oh, cool bachelor. You're done, bro. You're done. And honestly, you should be thanking me, even though you're not going to be thankful that I'm going to basically destroy the love of your life. She's not who you think she is. Okay. And I will help release you from the spell. Not to mention the spell the entire town is under. Oh yeah, let's go to the saloon. Let's say hi to everybody. Oh, we get a cutscene as well. How nice. Oh wait, I missed something you guys were saying when I uh was this just like a gold star, like just like in kindergarten? And yeah, 27. We are still playing, but I am gonna end pretty soon. Staircases could be a winter goal in preparation for the desert festival to get a galaxy sword. Oh, that's actually a really good point, mechanic. And we might actually need to save a lot of money for stone. Because we only have access to one crystallarium, and we won't be able to make more crystallariums until we get iridium, right? Don't you need an iridium bar for a crystallarium? And we won't have that until we get to the desert and the desert festival. So, we won't be able to trade that many jades for staircases. So we'll have a limited number. I mean, we will have quite a few by the time the desert festival rolls around. Probably around like 60, 70 or so. But it would be nice to get to floor 100. Although, even if we get to floor 100, sadly, that quest is not triggered until after you've gotten to floor 25. So we could go one day and just do like the first 25 floors or something. I don't know. I feel like if we're going to go in, we should go all out. Though we can go multiple days. So it could be a good strategy to use the first day to strategically get certain things at lower floors, and then on the next day go in and try and go as far down as possible. Either way, I think we will want lots of staircases for doing this. And the only other option besides trading jades is to use stone. And it's 99 stone for a staircase. So we will need stacks and stacks of stone. And it's 20 dollars per stone in year 1. Shoot. Yeah, I'll think about that. I should make more of a plan, and I do want to make a budget so that by the end of winter we'll be able to buy everything. I'm probably gonna make a spreadsheet. All right, I'm probably gonna adapt one of my dozen or so Stardew spreadsheets I've made. I honestly probably have like 20 to 30 spreadsheets just on Stardew, easily, if not more. So yeah, we've got to think about that. That's a good point. So thanks for mentioning that, mechanic. Do you think algorithm has this item 99 times? I guess so, but well, wait, which item? He doesn't have all the items. I do follow him a little bit. I'm not active in his streams, but I do watch his update videos. I find those really interesting. And hearing about all the strategies that go into collecting the items is so cool. But yeah, I don't know which item you're referring to, but he does have a lot of them completed. Oh yeah, 27's watching real world political stuff. Oh man. I'm kind of with Mechanic here. You know, I play Stardew to get away from that. I create the political drama in Stardew Valley with evil Marne. But okay, sorry. Okay, let's watch this cutscene. Gus is gonna take our order in a little bit. Also, Granny wearing the hat is kind of growing on me now. I don't know why. She's pulling it off. Hello, Granny. What a pleasant surprise. I was just stopping in to relax after an 8-hour writing session. Well done, dude. Bartender, fetch me your finest ale and bring some wine for the lady. Elliot's hitting on us. That pouring sound did not sound like wine. It sounded like apple juice being poured out of like a box. Like with a spout. You know, like you press a spout at the bottom of a box. Like a big container. A toast. Ah, what do we... to your doom. No. To my good health, to our friendship, or to Pelican Town. Ah. What do we toast to? I mean, it's going to be... I feel like Granny would... Granny is so thoughtful and inclusive of everyone. She would toast to the community, right? To Pelican Town. To a harmonious future for the community. What a virtuous idea. Here's to Pelican Town. Yeah, Grandma got a pint of boxed wine. Exactly. Oh man. We got kicked out of for some reason, I don't know. Oh, I am forgetting to check some of the stuff here. Super meal gives you +1 speed and max energy. Does anyone like super meal? I can't remember. Let's just check it real quick. If it is a loved gift, then we will get it. It is loved by Harvey. We probably... Well, let's just get the super meals. It's really cheap. I mean, we have pickles and coffee and wine. Actually, we might not need it. There is a small chance that I will accidentally use these or sell them or something. So let's go ahead and just get it as a backup. We got the money. Oh yeah. Was the bar owner said no admittance when glowing red? Yeah. Okay, Phoenix, welcome in. Yeah, it's going well. We are moving along with the challenge, and I'm actually going to end the stream here pretty soon. I was just coming by the saloon to pay my respects, even though I hate Clint. Somehow the old town minecart system started working again. It's very convenient for getting to and from the mines. Don't get too cozy though. If it can start up so suddenly, it could just as well shut down. Well, yeah, it's like, it makes sense you wouldn't understand because the Junimos fixed it with magic, so... Every day's the same. Stocking those horrible shelves, going to the saloon, tossing and turning all night. Oh man, I'm sorry. Poor Shane. He lives under the shadow, or yeah, that's like the shadow of Mordor. The shadow of Marnedor. And she's so nice. She's like Sauron in Numenor. Just like, oh, the king's finest counselor. You know, she's just full of it. You know, get out of here. Oh, nice of me to show up. This is the kind of treatment I like and appreciate. Just brutal honesty. Pam. I love Pam telling Granny she's too young to be moping around in a place like this. We'll even go behind the counter here. Go. Oh, we already talked to Emily today. We gave her a gift. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go home. Let's go home and go to bed. And also go to bed in real life. Oh, who is this? Are you growing pumpkins on your farm this year? Yes, we are. But, are you going to get one? I don't remember. I don't think so. Are we giving her, like, doesn't she like a gold pufferfish instead? For some reason I have that in my mind. What is it? Triple shot espresso is God? Well, that's the plan. And I was even thinking to myself, I mean, we are making a lot of money now. It might be justifiable to start using triple espressos just throughout the day, just as a standard practice of getting a speed boost every day. All right, what is all this junk I have here? All right, throw that in there. But yeah, Shane was your husband in your playthrough, Phoenix. I don't think I've ever married Shane in a playthrough, though I know he's popular with a lot of people. But yeah, but you think Shane is kind of monotone? Oh, you have a Hungarian name, yeah, Imre. Huh? Yeah, maybe Phoenix is a bit easier. It's gonna be tough for me to remember everyone's actual name. I just look at your username. But Phoenix is a cool name. What are the things I need to do here? Put that away. Put that away. Actually, I thought I had... Oh, I would probably put the chocolate cake in here, right? Yeah, chocolate cake is a loved gift for a lot of people, so I'll go ahead and do that. Also, we might as well just add another... whatever. There we go. Was there anything else Granny needed to do? I don't think so. I think she's set. She is set in her ways. Whatever. No, Granny is super adaptable. Oh, down here? Hell yeah. We do need to be, like, strategically collecting. There we go. Strategically collecting hay. Boom. All right. So yeah, we handled this, or we're handling, this is almost done. We can finish that maybe tomorrow. And Emily, we determined this was an impossible quest since we didn't have a rain day, and it's still year one. We gave her a consolation loved gift anyway. We gave her an aquamarine. She's very happy about it. It was nobody's birthday today. Oh, but we actually did get a bunch of these. And actually, before I go to bed, I might put... Because, like, we're saving some of the pickles. I might save a few of these melon jellies. And, yeah. We can sell the rest. Since we have the time, let's go ahead and restock it. With this, was there anything else we were going to put in the... Like, once we get pumpkins, we're going to be using pumpkins in the preserve jars instead of melons. Did I put melons? I thought I had a few extra melons somewhere. No, I thought I had more melons than this. I do have the gold melons here. That's good. Did I put them in a different chest by accident? Maybe I used them all up. Probably. Yeah, I probably used them all up when we re-kegged. Like, I'm using the melons for the kegs, and there's a part of me that wants to save the melons for the kegs. But then I won't have anything worth putting into the preserves jars, right? Like, what do I have here that's worth putting in? There are no vegetables that would be more valuable than a melon. And the other thing that's frustrating is that these are gold melons. So they're not, yeah, you could just sell these raw. But actually, it's not actually valuable to sell it raw because we get the 40% boost when we put artisan goods. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense we just go for melons still. Actually, we could go fiddlehead fern. I just worry that we're going to need a lot more fiddlehead ferns for cooking and other stuff. I'll leave 5. It feels like a low number, but I think it is better than putting a melon. And we can use some of the melons for the kegs. But first, actually, we need to make sure we do this in the right order. Okay. Legend row. And yeah, there's only 4 left. I counted correctly. That actually works well. So that helps us to save our melons. That way there. And there we go. Look at that. Just make sure we didn't have anything. We already know that. And there. We did everything. We're not missing anything that's going to cause us to have to restart the run, right? Do fiddlehead fern recipes come up often? I don't think so, right? Like, I don't think so. But you never know. You never know what you're going to need crap for in this challenge because of all the help wanted quests and the loved gifts and random stuff people ask for, you know? I don't think people ask for cooked dishes. All right. Let's just quickly look at this. I'd like to see what's on the... Oh my god. We have not gotten a single rain day. This is crazy. So we're still not going to get one the next day. It's a good humor day, so you could go... yeah, we could go to the mines or go fishing. The mines would be better. Oh, we do get the cutscene! Okay, well, we'll see this when we do the next stream. I'm not playing this day through, by the way. I'm just exploring. So we're just going to skip it, because we'll read it. But the point here... We'll read it when we do the stream. The next stream. The point is that he gives us the rusty key. Where is that in our... Oh, freaking Lucius. Oh my god. The rusty key. Here we go. So yeah, we got this. We have so much more to do in this playthrough. This is crazy. But also crazy fun. So, arguably, looking at the situation, I should not have refilled the preserve jars last night. Because I could have instead put another Crimson Fish row and another Legend row in the preserves jars instead of the Fiddlehead Fern. And it takes the same processing time whether you do it before bed or first thing when you wake up. But yeah, we got some crops that are ready to harvest. We got yams. We could go turn that in. Community center. Though we still have to wait for the pumpkins anyway. We are just rolling. And look at all of this. Look at everything we got to harvest. Where the heck are they? Well, you know what? Oh. Oh, we don't need that though. Wait a second, I just want to see. We don't have it as a book here. But if I read it... It's not considered one of these special books. Yeah, it doesn't show up here. It's just one of the... I mean, I don't even know if you can see which ones you found here. Like, it doesn't show up as part of your collections. I thought it would be here because it is one of these. It's not one of these though, right? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we don't need it because we already have max farming. But yeah, okay. Oh, look at our little pets. Oh shoot, I should have left more of the hay. And when we get the greenhouse, we can move it. It would actually be so nice to have the animals like here and to have lots of stuff growing. You know, the grass growing around here. Oh man, this is gonna be so fun. Look at our cute little animals. I wonder if I should build some gates to help contain them. So that they aren't constantly running in the way. But yeah. Fiddlehead ferns are slightly carcinogenic in real life. Oh, wow. But yeah, you enjoyed the stream mechanic. Okay, thank you. Thanks for saying that. I enjoyed streaming. So I need to do this more often. But yeah, I can also make more of the preserves jars. Yeah, you know. But there we go. It's just that I know the reason I did it the night before is I know that if I wake up, I won't remember to refill, or like there's a good possibility I won't remember to refill the jars. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. Thanks for following along with the lore and the challenge. We are progressing slowly but surely. Some days we play a bit slower, some days we're kind of flying. We're enjoying the process, enjoying the journey. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna do the next Stardew stream. I'll try to do one this weekend, maybe on Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure. So no promises, but if so, I will let you guys know in the Discord. That's on the announcements, whatever channel. That's where I post whenever I'm about to go live. But yeah, maybe on Saturday evening or afternoon, maybe Sunday. I don't know. But if not, we do this every Thursday. But yeah, we'll be back. But yeah, Tyler and his army. Yeah, I like that you're spamming the living hat, or the whatever emote, the one emote that I made for this channel like over a year ago. The living hat one. That was a lot of fun. So yeah. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. And yeah, we'll pick this back up in the next stream with Granny, aka Fern, and her quest to defeat evil Marne and restore the balance of Junimo magic to the valley, rescue her husband from the goblin form that he unfortunately has fallen in, and reunite Parent Trap style her mom and dad, who now live on opposite sides of the valley, to protect the local residents from overexposure to Junimo magic radiation, and more. The lore continues. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day, and see you in the next stream. Goodbye.